Are you playing in the bathtub with your little doll? Action figure!
You can do it, Wonder Wheel. I don't want to go through life being a Wonder Wheel mother.
Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome back to another Collectable Past. Here we go, the toys that make you go, Toys that make you go, Well, I'm going to have a little bit of fun today talking about some oddball franchises like I so often do when I'm digging into the old school history of some of these toys by bygone eras that so many of us may remember, or maybe some of us have absolutely forgotten. First, let's say hi to everybody in the chat that's hanging out there. Guys, thank you for coming. And remember to share the links out there to let everybody know we're going. I am the most hated guinea pig in the world. Not just online anymore. I've got the whole world in my paws. But first one in the house was Superfan Adam Shawhand. Where you at? Where you at, Wiener Man? Chaos Boy. Next one in the house was up Chaos. Saying hi to Chaos in the chat as well. We also have Gap After Dark. He's hanging out here too. What's up, pigs? Keely Chow also hanging out in the chat. What's up, Keely Chow? Guys, I hope you're doing well. Thanks, Gap. Appreciate that. Nice intro, Tommy. I work on things. Believe it or not, I do work on things. Some of it's kind of bad, but I do work on shit. But of course, we got our panelists up here, starting what would this be? This would be Pig's Left. Vinnie Art.
Hey everybody! Hello everyone in chat. I'm happy everyone's here. Yeah, we got some cool things to show. Bygone eras. We're gonna show a bunch of different stuff, but I got some newer crap. I got a lot of newer crap, but shorts and stuff like that. But yeah, looking forward to hanging out with everybody.
Awesome. And of course, we're also joined by our other co-host, Slasher McSplitter.
What's going on? Tommy, Vinnie, Shifty, everybody in chat.
Hello, hello.
Everybody's doing good. And yeah, it's toy night.
Yeah,
Hell
man.
yeah.
And of course, our other co-host joining us is Shifty Gizm.
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for having me again. I got some stuff to show off, and I've been working on some projects, some customizing and painting and stripping away paint, and to show you what all I got in store for y'all this week.
Sweet.
Yeah, I did have a chance to check some of them out. Pretty cool stuff. I like what you're doing with that. It definitely was a major improvement. Oh,
Yeah,
I saw the page punch one. That was pretty good.
I do have a knack for that, Chaos. I do have a knack for getting the right people angry. Obviously, YouTube still hates me after all these years, and I haven't even done nothing yet. But guys, let's get into it. Let's start having some fun, and let's start talking toys.
I want to know. I want to know how the rest of the world hates you. What did you do to them?
I don't know. It's like every platform that I use, like every app seems to have issues. Like, I don't care if it's a bank, whatever. Like, everything is a problem now anymore.
You know what I think it is? I think that everyone is just they're douchebags. They don't like Transformers on the other side of the world. So yeah, you have a lot of those reviews, so it pissed them off.
I think it might be speciesism. Speciesism. Yeah, they absolutely hate pigs. I don't understand it. I see pig videos from all over the world, yet they still hate me anyway. It's sons of bitches. The pigs will get even, damn it. But yeah, I'm gonna kick it off with something old school, something that I'm sure a lot of you guys may know, but I bet you a lot of you are probably going to be surprised by this one. Maybe it's something you don't remember at all, or maybe it's something you've forgotten all about. But here we go. Pigs, pigs, oh pigs, take it away.
How you can
Greetings, humans. This is Indy. Welcome back to Toys from the Past. Welcome back with me, Indy, of the Guinea Pig Collective, the archaeological pig, on this Toys from the Past. So on today's Toys from the Past, we will be getting into Playmate's 1989 toy line, the Barnyard Commandos. Now, the Barnyard Commandos action figure line was created by toy designer James Groman for American Greetings Corporation and then produced by Playmates. A 13-episode French-American animated series was based on the figures the following year. The property is based around the concept of farm animals who consumed radioactive materials left over from an abandoned military experiment, mutating them into hyper-intelligent, anthropomorphic paramilitary troops. This consists of two hilariously harmless opposing teams, the Rams, Rebel Army of Military Sheep, and the Porks, the platoon of Rebel Killer Swine. Two series of Barnyard Commandos were produced, each including several figures for both teams, very similar to Mattel's Food Fighters. These figures, however, had no posability whatsoever, where the Food Fighters at least had movable legs and arms, albeit not by very much. What made them different is they were made of soft, hollow plastic, much like squeaky toys, and they each included a weapon accessory that fastened onto the figure, and a brief, humorous character description on the card back. Burger King had also produced a series of tie-in toys in their Kids Meal Premiums. On June 19th in 2020, it was announced Cloudco with partner Megalopolis Toys would make new Barnyard Commandos figures. In 2022, Premium DNA did just that. And in 2025, Nacelle, the same company who's acquired many other old defunct toy line properties, had acquired the property with plans for a new toy line, a comic book, and an animated series. Yes, the Barnyard Commandos are back, because these guys are animals. Thank you everyone for joining me, Indy of the Guinea Pig Collective, your archaeological pig and professor on this Toys from the Past.
Alright. I do remember these.
Yeah.
But I don't remember that they had vehicles. And I thought they were later than 89. I thought these were like 90s.
I had one.
You
I
had one?
Yeah, one of the sheeps. But I don't know if this was a toy line that needed to be resurrected.
I don't think so either, yeah.
I don't know. I think the new ones that I've seen, they don't look half bad. I'm kind of curious to see what Nacelle's going to do with. Hey, what's going on? Happy Dinosaur in the house. I'd never heard of these toys. Yeah, it's probably a little bit before your time, Happy. Adam, the interwebs is down. No problem, buddy. Wow. It is what it is. But no, you know what though? This is another one like Food Fighters and a lot of other weird army ants and a lot of the stuff where they were digging into. Yeah, where they were digging into shit like that. I thought this was still funny for what it was. And I don't mind that they're resurrecting. Like Street Sharks is another one, was that anthropomorphic type of look with animals and everything. I don't mind it. I think it's interesting that they're bringing it back out.
The other one's like Biker Mice from Mars and the Cowboy.
Yeah, Nacelle has those too.
Yeah.
The Cowboys. Mars, I'd like to see them back on the shelves. They had an arcade game too, but I'd like to see how well these are selling at Walmart. These Insectors, because I think the Biker Mice, they collected dust at mine, and then all of a sudden they were gone. I think they may be popping up at Ollie's pretty soon.
Maybe, yeah. It was something similar with mine as well. But they had all the vehicles and everything, the motorcycles.
Yeah.
You know, they
So
eventually
many of
came
these
in.
lines, I don't even remember them having vehicles. I really didn't remember vehicles.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, the biker mice.
Well, the biker mice, yeah, but like
Yeah.
this line and friggin' what was the other one? The other one you showed another one that had vehicles.
Sectors?
No, there was another one. I think it was last week. Tommy showed something that had vehicles. I was
The Eagle Force figures.
Yeah. So many of these things, I didn't know that they had lines of vehicles for them.
No, I mean that's the thing with a lot of these lines. If you weren't on top of these lines and you weren't purchasing them or you didn't see them all the time, you probably wouldn't even remember that they had, vehicles and stuff like that. There was a lot of lines like that. They just kind of, they were in and out so damn fast. Yeah, they were in and out so fast. Like Food Fighters, like I had no clue that they had a big refrigerator, like play set for the Food Fighters. I had no clue about that. I remember like the egg carton, like attack tank or whatever the hell it was. And a few
That
of
other
those
one
things.
you showed last week too. What were those robots? The little robots that were kind of like battle beasts.
Oh.
I didn't know they had vehicles. The ones that Micro Machines made that you showed last week, Tommy.
Yeah. God, what the hell
Z-Bots?
was that one?
Was it Z-Bots?
The Z-Bots. Yeah, the Z-Bots.
Yeah, that was another one. I had no idea they made vehicles.
Man, somebody needs to bring StarCom back.
Yeah, like I said, I've said it over and over again. Like, all these toys being rejuvenated right now at this time, because let's be honest, the toy companies they're dead when it comes to new ideas.
Yeah,
they haven't come up with a fresh new idea that has caught on in probably over 10 years at this point. Yep. So they're doing the only thing they know how to do at this point. Let's look back to what sold and what worked. I mean, that's why you see companies like Playmates re-releasing classic Turtles, the Voltron set that they did for the 40th anniversary. You're seeing stuff like that constantly now because they're seeing that these things actually sell. Like as far as those classic Turtles, other than a few vehicles and like one play set, I have not seen jack shit for the new classic Turtles in any of the stores. They've been selling out so damn quick. Like every time they're in, they're gone.
Well, we're the people that's buying it because the kids ain't buying it. They're buying toys now, so everything's marketed to us. Yeah,
there's still kids getting toys. I mean, there's another discussion we've had. It's not like it used to be back in the day where it was nothing but kids going into the toy aisles or going into the toy stores like Toys R Us and Kitty City and KB Toys and all those great places. You're getting more of the adult collectors now. But there still are a certain amount of kids that are going to these toys. I mean, I've seen it myself in some of these stores, whether it was Target or Walmart or wherever the hell it was. I've seen kids in the aisles with their parents asking for stuff. I always tell the story about the Transformers, where they did that Shockwave during what was that? Was that Earthrise? I think they had the Earthrise Shockwave out. And I picked it up. I had already bought it a while ago, but I just picked the box up anyway. I'll sometimes do that. Even when I have, I'll pick it up and look at it again anyway. I'm like, and I go to put it down. And this younger kid, he couldn't have been no more than maybe 7 or 8, he snagged it. Mom, please, can I have Shockwave? And he knew what the character was, and he, I guess he's seen the value of it looking kind of like more like the old school Shockwave or whatever. But no, I mean, there's still kids out there that are getting these things and play with them, but it's just not the extent that we remember from when we were kids. But
I think a lot of it. I think a lot of it has to do with who their parents are, and who. There's got to be somebody that gets them into it because so many kids are just into like video games now, and I think it's a generational thing, like Generation X versus Generation Y or the millennials. I think us old school fans, we probably pushed our kids or into that direction with the toys and stuff, get them interested in it, while the others are just on their phones and stuff and into the video games. So
every time that I'm in like Targets or something, I rarely see kids in the aisle. You'll hear them screaming. They might run through. They don't typically go to the action figures. The ones I've always seen that had action figures in their hands or they pick something up have always been adults.
I see a lot of them run straight to the Jurassic Park stuff. Dinosaurs are still hot. They'll always be popular.
Yeah, there's still a handful of really kiddie lines that I have seen children around. but like the action figure stuff, the things that look like more detailed, not typically. So that's interesting.
Happy Dinosaur says, I remember Biker Mice from Mars due to it being a Ninja Turtles ripoff, and the guy from Sharknado being attached to the cartoon.
Everything was a Ninja Turtles ripoff at one point.
They had a really good Super Nintendo game. It was like this. It was kind of like rock and roll racing, but I think there was some combat elements to it.
Which one? Biker Mice from Mars?
Yeah, it was made by Konami, I think.
I'll have to check it out.
Watch your language.
Yeah, I hear you, Adam. I hear you. The bullshit increase in prices and you know, trying to get ones that never got his kids. Yeah, they're not built as you've seen. Yeah, unfortunately. And there it is a lot of times it is scalpers going in there, taking everything, throwing it on eBay or wherever else. So, I mean,
I think that's what the problem is too,
ridiculous.
Right? I think that's what part of that problem is. Is like, yeah, if there are barely any figures hanging on the pegs, and let's say there's like, I don't know, like the 2 or 3 towards that don't really sell, and a kid comes by an aisle, they're going to be more geared towards, I don't know, like the Ninja Turtles that are fully stocked all the time, or like the more kiddie versions of like the Marvel stuff. You know what I mean? Because it's like they're in stock. If you just see a couple of empty pegs and 1 or 2 figures, like a parent and stuff too, they'd be like, that's a higher price tag. They're smaller figures, and like the kid's not going to be able to get a full line of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe that's.
Well, I mean, part of that is pricing. Because I remember when I was a kid, it's like, you know, especially when things are bad, you know, the parents got to sit there and judge. Okay, can I afford to spend this kind of money on this? And happy maybe. Maybe the kid wanted to shock me because he saw the cool toy collector holding it out. Maybe. Right? I kind of doubt that very highly, but yeah, Konami made a Biker Mars game. And that's another thing they were doing back in the day. The amount of advertising that they would do for these toy lines is one of the biggest reasons that so many of them succeeded. You know, between cartoons, comics, video games, and then regular ads like that we show all the time here, which we'll be showing one in a little bit for Barnyard Commandos. What's up, Scrambles?
Nice.
But those type of things, that's what gets people interested, get them excited. Like, oh man, did you see that new toy commercial?
Mm-hmm.
I think Konami also made the Moon Mesa Cowboys from Mars. I think they also
they did the
arcade
Ninja Turtles
game.
games. They did the Ninja Turtles games.
Yeah. I think they also
Ninja Turtles. They did the NES Ninja Turtles. I think they. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did the Super Nintendo ones.
Yeah, those kind of beat 'em up games were really fun and
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they also made the arcade game for Moon Mesa, so they probably had to deal with Playmates because Playmates, I think they also did Biker Mice, so they probably just had a contract where you make the characters, we'll make the games.
Konami also did the X-Men arcade game.
Uh-huh.
That was just Konami did Ninja Turtles, Simpsons, and X-Men, and they were all basically the same game, just with different skins.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and it doesn't start. It didn't stop with just the regular games, like the handhelds and everything. So Konami had worked with what was that Tiger Electronics, and
Konami was doing their own. Konami was doing their own because they were competing with Tiger.
Well, I remember I have
the ones that went like they were like long ways instead of like the way Tiger ones. Yeah.
Well, we have one of the Tiger Electronics with the Ninja Turtles, and it has Konami right on it.
Oh yeah, but later on, Konami was doing their own. It looked completely different from the Tigers too. Like the way
it was kind of shaped like a long Star
like
Trek
a surfboard kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. The prices of Legos, they've always been a little bit ridiculous, if you ask me. But all right, I'm getting ready to pass it off. So what I'm going to do, of course, is we're going to follow up Barnyard Commandos with its commercial break. So if you don't remember it, I'm hoping that this jogs your memory. We'll be right back.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Rams are on the move, led by Major Liger Mutton, a ram of great vision. And Commodore Fleet Cardigan. Rams, follow me! listen. It's here, the Ram. Sergeant Wooly Pullover. Have a nice day, Barnyard Commando from Playmate. Barnyard Commando! The porks are on the move, always ready to provoke their sheepish opponents. There's Private Cider Bacon.
There is a difference between fry and saute.
Sergeant Shoat and Sweet.
Come on, you guys. We'll be late for canasta.
Captain Tusker Chitlins.
Now, what is that? 2 torpedoes at 3 o'clock?
And General Hamfat Lardo.
Who's covering the flank?
Barnyard Commando from Playmate. They're each trying to get the upper hoof in their never-ending battle for truth, justice, and American hay. The ram tank is equipped to put the porks on the lamb. These sheep are on a roll with special anti-swine weaponry and pig-pushing crash plates. But the pigs have their own secret weapon, the porkapult, able to launch the porks into battle, equipped with wall-seeking radar and ram-slamming machine gun. These guys are animals! Barnyard Commandos from Playmates!
Now, back to our program.
Porkapult.
They are pretty cool, man.
I like the jingle. Barnyard Commandos. I like that.
The animation looks sort of like Heathcliff. I wonder if that was the same studio.
Well, it said France, right? They did it with France.
Huh.
That's what I thought I heard Tommy say before.
Yeah.
It was a cartoon.
Yeah, but
with the American France. But yeah, you're right. It had like that kind of.
Yeah, these were the, because you were right, Tommy. You're right, because they were doing Konami games for the Tigers because they had Castlevania.
Right. That's the exact same one.
Okay,
that's the exact same one I have.
This isn't Tiger. This is straight up Konami.
Yeah.
The Tiger.
Well, it says Tiger Electronics on it.
The Tiger ones were. Let me see.
I just think the Konami games they made like that. For Tiger made those to look like
because it's like they were only doing like the ones that Konami. These were the Tigers.
Yeah,
these shitty ones.
It doesn't really matter. They were all crap.
Yeah, they were all the same game. You see this X-Men game?
Yeah.
There was a Full House game too with this. It was basically the same fucking game.
That's hilarious.
I wasted money on several of those, and I was like, man, I should have just bought a Nintendo game.
I don't know what the hell company. Oh, Tiger started changing the shape of them?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Kind of looks like an old school Nintendo 64 controller.
This one, right? The green one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I'm sure I'm sure somebody is going to put like a Bluetooth in those things and then hack someone's car.
But like I think like a couple of years after Tiger came out, Konami started doing these ones, and they were just same shit.
Well, they still have like these kind of single handheld things. I've seen them in GameStop
with the same type of shitty graphics.
Well, they have more like the little arcade ones, like Pac-Man and Street Fighter, and they got a couple of things like that.
For the price of 2 of these, a parent could have got like a decent Nintendo game for their kids.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But Konami was just doing this for all the games that they had, like, like Turtles, Bucky O'Hare, Contra. Mm-hmm. They were doing that shit for their own games. Tiger would take anything. Yeah. Tiger would take any fucking thing and make a game out of it.
Yeah, well, like you said, it's the same thing. You just change the background and the sprites.
Yeah.
And it's the same game.
Basically.
Happy says Konami made Ninja Turtle consoles games until the Nintendo Wii, if he remembers correctly.
Holy crap. Yeah, I didn't know they did it for that long. But it's crazy. Well, bust out the banner, my friends.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
You'll need that banner all night.
So we got a couple of. I didn't buy this crap, but I was showing people because I know there are fans of the new 52 Jim Lee design, and that's what this guy is. Which I'll give him that. He did change the body shape to have like that younger kind of look. So like I don't know. I think these guys would be good. They'd be good for customs. I think if you want to.
It would. but it doesn't look like the new 52 suit. It had armor plating and everything.
Me personally, I never liked it.
Pretty good.
But it's gold.
He's in
It's gold
Target, by
label
the way.
shit, and they're at
He was
Target.
looking-
So if anyone's looking for them,
These are on NCAL.
there's a bunch of crap. I saw other gold labels that really I don't care about. It's like the new Superman, who looks like he just crawled out of something's butt because he's covered in filth. I don't know what they did,
Yeah.
dirt or something
It's
else.
battle damage.
Oh, okay. I don't know. The trail, everything about it, like he looks like he's beat up throughout the entire movie anyway, so it's not hopeful. But I did have something really cool I'll show you guys, and I know everyone they've already shown this figure, but this is my full review, and I did the infamous head swap. So let me show you this.
Head swap.
Here's the best Superman.
This is Vinnie Art, formerly designer of McFarlane Toys and a comic book creator. And I wanted to show you guys the digital Superman. Again, he's not easy to get a hold of. GameStop did have him for a short time. Good luck in your stores if you can find them. Really cool looking one. We know this body before, I've seen it a million times, so I'm just going to do a quick review on him. But yeah, looking forward to opening up this guy because this is your classic Superman from the 70s, 80s, and early 90s.
It's the only thing that I think they could have done better is the deco. I know a lot of people don't really mind it, but I don't like the black trim around it. It's the only thing that really bothers me there. I do like he has some blue in the hair, kind of show like the comic book version of him. But again, everything else is pretty great. I think they made the diaphragm joint a little bit better than that animated one. Like this one feels a lot better for the diaphragm, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. But I do like the colors a lot on this on his suit, and he does have the S on the back, so that's pretty awesome. Like I said, I reviewed the Superman figures with the same exact body multiple times. Articulation is really great on this thing. Doesn't come with much. He should have came with the flight stand. This is one from a different McFarlane box. He comes with just the alternate pair of hands that we've seen before, the flying ones, and he comes with the digital McFarlane base. Like, why would you put that on the base itself?
Yeah, that's so stupid.
It's so stupid. And he does come with the card and the scratch off one apparently to get the NFT digital. I don't know. It's just a weird scam. There's no reason for this figure to be more expensive than the other ones, but there's really no reason for that. He should be like 22 like the other ones. But yeah, milking the fans as always. Way to go, Todd. Here's how he looks with the Christopher Reeve Superman. And it is the same plastic, so that blue is great. The red's great. The thing that is off is the skin color. If you want to do a head swap, it might not work. I'll give it a shot for you guys. Because if you want a Super Jack Christopher Reeve, the only problem is the skin color doesn't really match. His face looks more tan than his neck, but you could swap out the hands as well, which I did. So if you want the slightly smaller hands for the more realistic proportions, you could do that. Maybe on a shelf you won't notice it as much, but yeah, not too bad. Up, and away. Yeah, with the right lighting, that looks pretty damn good, actually.
Hello, everyone. This is Vinnie.
So yeah, we got the
designer of McFarlane Toys,
the Super Jack Superman, the Christopher Reeve. So if you guys want that, you could do it. Like I said, it's a little bit harder to see because of the viewfinder and everything, but in person, you'll see the difference between the skin color. I think especially when I showed like the wrist, you see like this hand looks a lot more tan than the wrist peg itself. Yeah. But like I said, if you put it on a shelf and you have the right lighting, it might still be okay. So
have any of the Tord Supermans had like a heat vision effect? Like
yeah. The alternate Christopher Reeve. The drunk
really?
One, the drunk one, yeah. It's this head. Shit. It's this same exact head, but the eyes are like lit up red. But he didn't put the effect in there.
Yeah, they had like the beams coming at her.
Right, like Homelander from NECA, they did that. They have the removable.
Oh, that's dope.
And it's fantastic. I reviewed him a long time ago. That was amazing.
What's going on, Steve? Good to see you.
What's up, Steve?
How you doing, man?
Yo. The Hush, the evil Hush has red eyes, and one of the faceplates on the new Superman from the new movie has red eyes.
Okay, but he never did the light effect, like it plugs in. That's the thing that sucks. Because even DC Direct, they've done that. I have a Supergirl where she comes with something like that. I haven't seen it
they
in a while.
have Cyclops figures that does it all the time. So
Yeah, I bet you they snap if you just look at it wrong, right?
Actually, no. Like the NECA one, it's pretty durable. But
okay.
Yeah, and the DC Direct one was pretty good too.
Well, the one that they're doing for that, is it the same as they're doing for the Predators with that blast effect from the cannon?
What do you mean?
You said they did a NECA Homelander with the Vision. Pretty much it's the same type of plastic and everything as durable as the blast effects?
The blast effects, they're the ones on the Predator ones, those are more like they're stocky and thicker. These, because it's the long beams, it's maybe 2.5 to 3 inches. It comes out the beams, and he has on either end they're connected like that. So you could see like the two lines, but they meet at the ends and they meet where they plug into the eye. You know, so I reviewed it a while ago on the channel. The Homelander. He's like 7 inches. He was one of the ultimate ones. But
yeah, I'm not remembering the I beams for some reason. I don't. Yeah, I'm blanking on the I beams.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I did it, and he's not handy right now. But I can look it up later if you guys want to see.
If you could paint the neck on that figure you customized there, he would look perfect.
Yeah, if you did like a little wash or something, but for as much as that thing is, and if I ever come across another one, yeah, that's a possibility. Because I kind of do like the thicker looking body for Reeve. Like it works. I don't know. Because at first I was it's a little silly, and then I was posing around like, actually, it looks really good.
The only problem is, you may, if you could touch up the face instead, that may be the way to go, because trying to get the cape out of the way when you're painting, that may be a hassle there. So you have to figure out which way you want to do that.
Yeah, most professional customizers, they'll take everything apart, they'll disassemble it.
Do all the Superman Tord figures have the fucking cape embedded into his shoulders?
Not all of them. It depends on the design.
They switched it up with the cloth capes. They're buried underneath a neck piece that you'll have to really cut into it to get that neck piece off. The plastic ones, the plastic capes, there's 3 points that they glue in, but you usually have to just slice those off and then re-glue it.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, I'll be getting into that later on at the end of the show. I will be talking about that. So the problem is they're reusing the same molds, which, as Vinnie just showed off recently with the sludge that he just got, there's issues with those damn molds, and they're just reusing the same molds. So there's going to be tons of issues with these.
Oh, is it
reuses.
Is it like an updated new paint job?
Well, yeah, we'll get it at the end of the show. I got a bunch of stuff prepared for it, at the end of the show when we go over everything that's coming out and everything. So, if you want to hear about that and our thoughts and opinions on it, I got an assload of Transformer stuff because Hasbro had a big drop just yesterday or day before.
I do have a Transformers review. I don't know when you want to see it, but I do have one.
No, it's whenever you want to do it tonight. I got a few more things in the bullpen. As much as I could get done because of my issues.
All right, I'll show this one, and then we'll go to other people, and then I'll come back later with some stuff. But I didn't even realize that they made this. The Ghost of Tsushima there, the main character, which this was really cool to find out that they got them in these stores. I didn't get them because I bought something else that day, but maybe next month I'll pick one because they had a lot.
Oh, that's the set I want right there.
Oh, the two
Last of Us set.
Last of Us, yeah. They had the Kratos, but I'm not getting this because I have the NECA one, and he's a little bit taller, and I think he's a lot more detailed than this guy is.
Man, they don't have those at my GameStop.
Yeah, this wasn't by the regular figures. This was over on the side, like near some of the PlayStation games and
Oh, okay.
and the Wii stuff. It was like above on the wall. So
Yeah,
and it
that
was just
Aloy
like the
figure.
one row.
That Aloy figure is so good.
What's up, Johnny?
Yeah, that's a pretty cool.
Yeah, what's going on? Johnny Lawrence in the house. What's up, man?
What's up, Johnny? But yeah, this does look pretty good, and it is from the first game.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, at $50, that ain't too bad. But I don't know the quality of this particular company, the Sony one here, and I don't know who they were working with in order to make these. But yeah, I was tempted with the Ghost. So, like I said, I might eventually get this guy at some point, as long as he's still in stock. But maybe I'll check out a review or two online. But yeah, they look pretty good. They're a little shiny looking. I think the paint should be a little more dull on some of this stuff. But other than that, these look pretty nice. So
yeah, I would have picked up that Last of Us set yesterday because I was in there if I had saw it. But my GameStop started selling Street Fighter figures, so I went kind of crazy on those. So.
Oh, nice. Oh, how many did they have there by you?
They had Guile, they had Cammy, they had Dalzim, they had M. Bison, they had Ryu. Yeah, but supposedly they're not going to have them long because the manager said that GameStop did not reach an agreement with Jada Toys to keep selling them. It was just a trial basis. So if you see them, that's what they got. They're not going to get any more.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
There's still a few of them I want to pick up, and my targets, while they've had a few, they haven't had as many as they've had in the past. So, I mean, basically, I'm seeing Chun-Li, I'm seeing Dalcium, and I'm seeing DJ over and over again. A lot of the other ones I'm not spotting anymore like I used to. So,
if you see Amazon, DJ on sale, I might be tempted if he's
Amazon. Go to Amazon. They're usually like you can get them for like $23.
Okay, neat. The Guile figure, the alternate one where he's in blue. I've never seen that, but if I do happen to see that in stores, I'd probably get it because I have the green one and it's fantastic. But I always like the player 2 form. I thought the blue looked better. But yeah, here's Shifty's. He's got one here, so let's play this.
Back with a weekly pickup video, and I got a bunch of Supermans to show off. First off, if you didn't catch my video from the other day, here's the Christopher Reeve Page Punchers figure. I stripped all the comic book shading off of there. You can check out my full video. I had a couple of issues, but it turned out pretty well. There's that. But this leads into one of my pickups. I got 2 Supermans for $24 basically because I had a little bit of Amazon credit, but yeah, I got this ugly son of a gun. I'm going to do the same thing with him. I'm going to get rid of all that ugly cell shading. He's got a great body buck on him. I just got to figure out what to do about the emblem because it's also cell shaded and it's crooked as hell. I don't know if I'll get a water slide decal to put on there, or maybe try to get some paint pens, 5-point paint pens, and just try to draw.
What's going on with his jaw too? He looks like that one guy.
What the problem is, it has a short neck peg, and it's pushing the jaw out. If I get a long neck peg and then heat the head up and push in on the jaw and then put it in cold water, yeah, and it'll look so much better. Because I did that when I was disassembling them, but once you snap it down, the neck peg's too short. And it's pushing it out.
What is it with Tord doing this shit with the Superman figures where it looks like he's wearing orange lipstick? What is this?
Yeah. I can't get that off. I cannot get that off.
But this This ain't the only Superman figure that he's put out that I've seen him do this to. Because I saw this up close. This is in one of my local comic store. It's in there, and I looked at it, and I was like, "This is fucking. I don't know what the fuck."
I gotta touch that up with some paint.
If you can't get it off, you just get a little bit more paint on his face. Get some rouge on there.
Well, no.
Swap out his legs with Wonder Woman.
I'm hearing a lot of bigotry towards his tuna lips. This is not cool.
All right, we'll play the rest of this.
All it on there? I don't know. Yeah, it's a terrible figure that I think can be saved. I've seen people strip the
It's so
shading off
awful. I
and
had to
make
get
it
it.
Wait, this is the same body as the previous ones, right?
Yeah, it's the new. It's the
one I just
cartoon Fleischer. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I want to try to do. Also, it's got a cloth cape, but supposedly there's no wire in there. So what
There
the
is.
F toward?
There is.
Okay.
Also got let's see, this is what started the order. You got a Hush figure, right? These things sell for like $40 or $50 on Amazon. They sell for around 35 to 40 on eBay, but these usually sell for a high price on Amazon. I woke up to take a piss one night, and I just happened to check Amazon, and some third party seller was selling it for $20. $20 for free. It qualifies for the Amazon free shipping with a $35 order. Yeah, so that was a huge discount for $20. So I paired that up with the ugly cell shaded figure and had a little bit of credit, so it knocked it down to like $24 for those two figures. So yeah, hey, this is one of those figures I'm going to customize. And if you didn't see the video from a few weeks back, I have the alternate, the evil version. So I have both of them now. I'll have two Hush suits to play around with. It's weird. This is the cheaper one. It comes with a flight stand. The one that's sought after and it's a little bit more expensive on eBay. No flight stand. What they have toward?
Classic toward.
Yeah, I got a picture. Let me throw it up here. Let's see. I took a better picture of that Christopher Reeve figure after I stripped all the paint. Come on, it's loading.
Yeah, Steve. I think the guys were talking about a lot of them last week. A lot of the new GI Joes that they were releasing.
Yeah.
There's the picture. Yeah, I got now the biggest issue. Yeah, I went back over it this morning. I took a little bit more of the black around the bottom of the emblem because I was really hesitant to do that because I didn't want to mess up the logo. But here's an issue. For some reason, the plastic right below the logo is very susceptible to being damaged by acetone. If you don't get it off, it's super quick. It'll start like peeling. It'll start turning white. And I tried to blend it on my first attempt, and the paint just wouldn't match. So I sat there for an hour trying to get the closest paint I could color to it, and I just dry brushed for like an hour, and I got it to where it's almost nearly impossible to tell that it got damaged. So, and I went over the hair. It had some ugly blue streaks in the hair. I just went jet black with it. I touched that up, so I'm pretty happy with it now. I really want to put a little bit of a black dot in the eyes, but my eyesight is so bad and my hands are so shaky. I don't want to even try to attempt that. Yeah. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna leave them like it is.
Man. So wait, you use like nail polish remover, or what was the thing you used?
Yeah, well, see, some people told me to use. I had used 100% acetone to get everything off, right? But then somebody told me, well, if you use the stuff with 100% acetone, it's going to eat into the plastic. So I bought some with no acetone. That stuff doesn't work worth a darn. You got to scrub and try to get it. Doesn't just work as you need acetone. But if you see it starting to damage, you need to back off because there are some spots on the right leg. There are some spots that started popping up, and I said, "Uh-oh!" So I just backed off, and I didn't try to take any more off because it will eat into the plastic if you don't watch.
So what do? You just wiped it off, or you use something else to make sure that?
Well, no, I just use a Q-tip and I go over it, and you got to work with it real fast, and then you used to take a tissue and just wipe it off, just make sure it's dry, and you just keep going on to every spot you see, and it's not that hard at all. I'm going to try to do this to the battle damaged Dark Knight Returns the Batman that came with the Bruce Wayne head. Take all that battle damage off. The only thing you can't remove is the claw marks in the emblem. You have to go over that with paint because the plastic they used on the logo can't be you can't remove the paint on that. So I'm going to work on that next. And also the Dark Knight Returns Superman. They didn't paint the belt loops, but they painted the yellow over the red plastic. So all you got to do is just take some acetone and go over the belt loops, and that'll fix that one right up. So I'm going to have to customize those figures next.
Nice.
Awesome.
Well,
what's going on? What's going on, Angela Straven? What's up?
What's
man?
up, buddy?
And, real quick, Johnny. Yeah, do you have that one, Shifty?
Yeah.
I didn't get it, but Vinnie did.
I have them.
Vinnie
I
has
have
them.
them.
Vinnie has
Yeah. Yeah, the drug
there was
Superman
no
looked pretty
Pryor.
cool. Yeah, no Richard Pryor. No.
No Nuclear Man either.
No.
No.
Could have been the Build-A-Figure, man.
Right. Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
Hey.
Throw it at him.
Yeah.
What up,
they should
Adam?
have done that.
With that long-haired Superman I just worked on, I could
turn him into Nuclear Man, maybe?
Yeah, I could. But I ain't that good at painting, so.
Well, hell, we got it anyway. Yeah, because here's the video where he was taking some of it off.
What's up, everybody? This is Shifty, and let's get right into it. This is video number 2 to the paint removal on the Justice League Task Force figure. Starting off on the head, took that little bit of shine off of the hair, and tried to remove the lipstick. But in the process, I think the acetone kind of gave it more of a lip gloss because it's shiny now. I'm probably just going to have to find some paint at some point and cover that up. Left the emblem on there because I don't have a decal yet. Need to get that. Also need to get one.
Yeah, you don't need to play the whole video because it's.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
What's that?
You don't need to play the whole video because I got another one for later, so I don't want to take.
I didn't want to.
Oh, all right. Well, I was just kind of showing it, but yeah, you did a good job taking off the body.
Yeah, I actually show him in the next video. I made multiple, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just went to the thing and take a look. But not too bad, dude. Not too bad.
I got to do something about that logo. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I made it take it.
Yeah, you need to get new paint, red paint, and fix
A
that
sticker or something.
Yeah, or even that. Yeah, if you get a decal.
Yeah, they're like $10 on eBay. They're a little bit cheaper on Etsy. I can find something.
Okay.
All right. Oh, I got something for everybody. I'm gonna bust in with a toy break. Adam, I'm not sure if you have anything today. If you do, you can go next. Slasher, if you want to go after him. If you have something, if not, no worries.
Just real fast for you go. I was just there. There it was before he took off because I had the actual same figure, so mine still got the
Nice.
Yeah.
Shadowing.
If you ever want to customize them, it's easy to do.
Yeah, you saw him do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It can be done.
All right, guys, here we go with a toy break. This is a special toy break, specially prepared by the pig himself. So I hope you enjoy this one. I want to see how many people freak out when they see what I did.
Uh-oh.
So we got a few of these G1 aerial bots in up here, states of disrepair. We're about to do a toy break. Here we go with a real toy break. Oh yeah. Let's see the damage done. Not a lot of damage on that first shot. Let's take a few more shots.
all winter shots. Oh, we got one more in here. We can see a few of the arms got blown off. Tail got knocked off of this guy, but no real discernible damage, like major damage. So we're going to take this a step further. So we got something a little bit more powerful this time. The model 1377. Big old clunky thing. This one actually hits a lot harder, so let's check this out. Apparently the 1377 is kaput. Don't know what happened. The seal went bad on that BB gun. It was quite old, so we're going to take a close-up shot with the old Red Ryder. There you go. Now that's some breakage. Let's go for one more shot. See somebody who didn't get really broken yet. Let's go for slingshot. Bent the wing up a bit. Definitely bent the wing up a bit. Almost broke it off. Snapped it a little bit, but yeah, there we go. And that's your toy break. Legit. Legit.
Toy break.
Hey, Frank.
What's going on to Frankie? What's going on to Ancient One? And what's going on, Miss Martin Muses? It's nice to see all of you. Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. A nice toy break makes me sad. I real like this is with real friends at actual Vintage Joe's. I was actually kind of surprised nobody said that you're shooting old G1 toys. I want to clarify this. These guys were not official Transformers. So
yeah, they didn't look.
As I was going through my parts boxes looking for an actual, and you'll find out why later. I wound up doing this while I was looking for parts. I found these guys, and I was like, "Oh, great! These guys got tons of parts." I'm looking. The plastic feels cheap. I was like, this doesn't feel right. I look on the wings where I know all the stampings for Hasbro and Takara should be. They're not there anyway. As a matter of fact, there was literally zero stamping on these toys. So these were like these super cheap knockoff toys from like China, like the ones that they put in the Easter baskets where they look like Transformers, but they're not. That's what these things were. And they were super garbage cheap. That's why I took the Red Rider to them.
That's great.
I can't do nothing with them.
Yeah, I'm looking at the
try out with that.
Yeah, they almost look like all the same mold too.
You go all Sid from Toy Story on those fucking things.
I was like generic GoBots.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, there was a bunch of generic toy companies out there. So you had like the Zybots, and then you had the MC Toys. So there was a bunch of ones doing it that were the kind of like knockoff of GoBots, but they were their own thing. And then you had some of the cheap companies that did shit like this, where they didn't even have stampings on it. If you were lucky, they might have had made in Korea or made in China. These, like I said, these ones didn't have jack shit on them. So I know these were bottom of the barrel knockoffs. And like I said, the plastic was super cheap. When you put one up to a Transformer, you could tell like all the line work is lazily done, like what they put in the wings and everything on a Transformer. These it almost looked like somebody took like a little gouge tool and just made lines, and it's freaking bad. It's really bad. So yeah, they got the treatment. Unfortunately, the 1377 died. Something either went wrong in the valve or one of the O-rings that hold the air pressure in it, and I couldn't get proper shots on these things because I would have blown these things into smithereens with the 1377. But that'll hopefully be for another time when I get that one fixed, or if I get my CO2 powered Uzi BB gun that's a semi-auto, if I can get that one working. Because if I get that one working, man, I can go to town to pop, 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 pop.
Well, I mean, should do each week.
What's that?
Get like that's what you should do each week. Get a G.I. Joe or something and just try to break it each week and get into it, like some cheap ones, and like we're going to torch it this week. We're going to try to melt its face off. No, we're going to shoot it this week. No, we're going to put it in a vice grip this week.
I did do a few of those a while ago, Shifty. So I picked up the ones out of the Dollar Tree. Yeah, I hear you, Johnny. Nobody ever thought those things would be worth that much money this at this point, but you'd be surprised. But yeah, oh god, what the hell are they called? They're in the Dollar Tree. They're $1.25 a figure. Some kind of not action force. What the hell was it? You know the ones I'm talking about, Vinny. The ones that Trina said she liked, and they had a comic book for them.
I don't remember the name of them. I think
but
Pete has a couple of them.
I picked up a few of those and took them out there. Then I also picked up this cheap Ollie's Bumblebee. So the head was sticking up on this thing the whole time, and it does almost like an auto transform when you move the arms. The arms came out, and then the inside head came up or something like that. It was weird. It was kind of a neat toy, but it was super dirt cheap. So that was another one I took the BB guns to. And man, I blew that fucking thing to smithereens too. Took his head off and everything.
Well, all this Transformers talk, Tommy, I did it. I wasn't going to do it, but I did it.
Segway.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I have to, right? I got to continue this.
Boy.
So, I found Bone Crusher. So here's the review.
Vinnie Art, formerly designer McFarlane Toys, kind of comic book creator. I got some of my stuff, Mella Art World, art.com. But yeah, I want to let you guys know, I was on the fence with this whole series, but I decided, I found Bone Crusher, and I said, you know what, I really like that Devastator, so I pulled the trigger on him. I did get him at GameStop, so I got him at a discount. Instead of paying like 33, I got him for like 25. Yeah, for that price, I think he's the weakest out of all the Constructicons. Yeah, his design is more accurate to the cartoon, but it feels kind of like a cheap design. But I'm gonna open them, give you guys a quick review. So hang tight.
Okay, so here's Bone Crusher. Next to the leader, Scrapper, and I'm going to show them. He's a little bit better than I thought, but still I'm not crazy about this design. He does have more articulation in his legs than I thought he would have, so that's good. He even has the hinge going this way. He's got an extra piece on the back. If you want it flat, if you want it straightened out, you could do that. He could show you what he's got underneath. There is, because transformation, he could kind of crunch forward, but I don't know. It's interesting how they did this, but all in all, not too bad. Again, he's the left arm to Devastator. He comes with this little gun, and he comes with this piece on the back here that you have to slide in. This is going to be part of the shoulder bit, I believe, when it is all connected and he's dangling off for Devastator. I'll show you him transformed as well.
Here's Bone Crusher in his vehicle mode. Very compact. Transformation was pretty good on this. I do like that is on the inside of the shovel. He does have his Decepticon logo, which he was supposed to have, and it's not on the inside of his. But, not too bad. There are no wheels for something that's supposed to be a little more on the expensive side. That kind of pissed me off. And it should have some kind of paint applications or something extra on those tires as well. But other than that, it's pretty good. So there you have it. That's the review on Bone Crusher. It's okay, but again, it's part of the Devastator Constructicon, so you can't really complain too much. Is what it is. But yeah, you can still drag it. There's no wheels, but you could drag it. I don't know. Just being silly. Guys, remember to hit like and subscribe. And until next time, thanks for watching.
So all in all, like, he's not terrible. It still works. So yeah, it's.
I will say, as far as the paint applications, and I had to do a double take too when it came to not only the original G1 one, but also the cartoons. That's actually dead on accurate to not only the 86 movie, but the toy, because the toy was the exact same way. The only one that had a different color as far as the treads was Scavenger.
Gotcha. But yeah, I mean, I am looking forward to Devastator because the next set is going to be a very, very, very painful one. But
the Superior one looks really nice.
Superior.
The
Oh
Superion
yeah.
one, the aerial bots. It looks
Yeah.
nice. I mean, I know you said those figures look a little short, but I've seen, and that's going to be something I saved for later. We're going to see some of the ones that are just dropping, and man, whew,
Well, that's because
they
the
look
leader
nice.
of it, the Concord one, the main body. I forgot that it's like Menosaur, that it's that's the majority of the body. So then the aerial bots just get kind of like pinned on basically onto the like on like the framework of the body. So like in that regard, yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, he's not one of it's just it's all too expensive, you know. So like I said, the next ones that are coming out are Hook and Long Haul there, and they're it's the main body of Devastator. So
yeah, and they've already announced that the last one is going to be Mixmaster, which I'm kind of curious to see what they do with him. I mean, I'm hoping they don't screw him up.
Yeah, and like I said though too, and Tommy was saying, Hasbro promises these are going to be easier to find. No, they're not. I found this one just sitting in GameStop. He said it just came in today. I talked to the guys. You know when you get more, and he goes stuff like that. He goes, it's like kind of like one-offs. I'm like, are you kidding me? So yeah, it might be a pain in the ass finding the main body. So we'll see. We'll see.
Well, yeah. I mean, either that or you're going to be paying an arm and a leg. And, Johnny, that is a good idea. Maybe before I get the BB gun going, maybe I'll come back with a finish-up job on the fake aerial bots with M80s.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of M80s sitting around,
Well,
so, why not?
Tommy, what you got to do then, you got to do like a scenario like the Decepticons just tied them up, do a little like a stop motion, and then tie them up with the M80, and Megatron lights the fuse.
Maybe I can incorporate the old Constructicons into that scenario.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Right.
Go for it.
They would be demolition, right?
Yeah.
Tommy, I got a bootleg toy that's looks pretty worth destroying. I got a picture of it right here.
Okay. Oh no.
Look at the tagline. The furniture of law enforcement.
Robert Cop.
Look at the tagline on this first one. I'll be back. They couldn't even get the fucking tagline.
The first one, it looks like actually all of them. They look like they took those cheap wrestler bodies and just painted them.
This middle one, I had bootleg He-Man figures that look just like this.
Galaxy Force.
The bootleg He-Man figures, like their legs wouldn't even move.
The Galaxy Force ones.
Yeah, and then there were wrestlers that were like that too. They had bootleg wrestlers like that shit. Robert.
What up, Con?
What's up, Con? It's the furniture of law enforcement, guys.
Yeah,
right. The furniture.
Wait, don't they call cops bobbies in the UK? So Robert Cop, Bobby Cop, Robert.
I can't even tell what's going on with this last one. What the fuck is up with his face?
I don't know.
Man,
wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it is. Something you didn't think you'd ever see, right?
Right.
Didn't know you wanted it until now.
I would not buy that for $1.
No. I'd buy it for
I like the
99
movie.
cents and you got it.
Two
Come
pennies.
on, man. That was a good movie reference.
I'll buy that for 50 cents.
Holy shit.
Do you have something, Adam?
I got a little head.
God damn it. This guy.
So I really, really, really enjoyed this little head because it's the Frozen Joker.
Oh yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. So, and not only that, I also got the camera and the crowbar.
Oh,
nice.
And he sent the hands with the pegs. Not just the hands with the pegs. That's got to be complicated to get those damn pegs out.
Nice.
So,
I'm glad you did that.
So, and again, I thought it was really cool because I do have the Heath Ledger, but I ain't pulling it off the wall, yo.
No.
Sorry. But we do have my Cesar Romero, of course, that I had made a while back where I took this head off. Haha. and put the Heath Ledger, that looks like the original from the original 66.
Yeah.
And
Dude, that
I
works.
think it looks pretty freaking awesome for it being, what it is, with Shifty showing. And again, that looked really good on that Superman, bro. Yeah. And then, this is my little attempt, other than the one I made that, eventually I'll get film where he glows in the dark. But, that, again, just picking up pieces here and there, making our own stuff because we kind of have to. And Shifty, this one's for you, my friend. Because when you said you were getting close to my collection, you got to start buying them by the case. Then we can talk.
See that he just won up the game on you.
And by the way, I did, my friend. I did Slasher. Look who I got for $25, my friend.
Nice.
Just like Vinnie got a find. Well, I got a find as well and won it on the auction. So. Sweet. I did end up getting it for even better than you found or me, my friend. So quite awesome.
That's awesome.
And I purchased my very first Blacklight series because, why not? When you get it for like $15.
Oh.
And I mean, of course.
Oh, yeah, for 15.
Yeah, right. I mean,
he's already glowing.
It doesn't get any better than that. I mean, it's.
That's pretty sweet. Cool.
So, and that whole box down there was of the same one of this, but just the normal one. But I'm not picking him up because he's over there in between all the other ones. Because, I've got the corner of, they're looking right at me, man. I mean, literally, all of them are going, come join us, come play with me. But all of my, scarecrows are right to my left. And, and it actually does come with little lights and stuff that are black that you can turn on to actually, because I've got the blue light going right now and just white. So I could kind of show off because it's been a long week and I didn't realize in like 2 days I'd get 5 tons of dirt moved. And then like today, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I relaxed and said, this is what I'm going to do today. And a couple items actually made it.
That's great.
And like I said, this is the first one of these I ever got, which I thought was cool. And we have up here, which I thought was another. It's a page turner, or a page puncher. But I mean, how you're not going to get that for $5 when you got my office?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they did smaller figures with the page punchers.
Yeah, that's how they started.
Yeah, this is like because I've got the Dark Knight. Returns, and it had the little guys too, because they had this one on sale at Big Bad Toy Store for like $15 a while ago, and I was like, you know what, it'd be worth it getting it just because again with the setup and everything, and then I have this coffee cup. It's back there behind the computer, so I was like, I gotta get it.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw one of those page punchers of G.I. Joe. It had a Cobra Commander and another figure, and they had 2 comic books. And it was like $8 at GameStop, but I passed on it. I should have got it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just looking at like comic books. Your average comic books, what, $5-6? I haven't bought anything new in forever. So other than indies, so yeah, I mean, and you get an action figure, and even the ones with the 7-inch action figures, you're still spending like $10-15. You're getting a comic and a figure for $15.
Yeah,
and it's a good place to start, for people, that might want to not really know a lot about comics. I did get, so I have 2 Wonder Women, and Wonder Women. I wonder why. I was going to kind of wait till Trina was here, but since she saw the last one, and I already sent her a picture of the new one, I think. But, of course, there was the Kingdom Come one, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, that did look great.
But followed by it almost says Trina. My OC, I was like, that's hilarious. But this one, too, was pretty badass.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. That's pretty neat, too.
Yeah, I never seen
DC Direct. So much,
yeah.
Yeah, those look so much better than the one that they announced today. Did you see that one they announced today, the Wonder Woman?
No, sir, I did not.
Oh, check for turning out.
The Gal Gadot one, and all I want is I've got Adam West, I've got Christopher Reeves. I'm waiting on Linda Carter, man, for Wonder Woman. And then I've got my trilogy, the Holy Trinity.
They announced a Silver Age Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor today. It doesn't look that great, but I mean, it's nice to have another Wonder Woman in the line, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Is
Yeah,
it
that's all
more-
I got, Tommy. Thank you, man. Like I said, it was a lot of fun, and getting that Joker that was kind of frozen. I'm thinking like putting him next to Mr. Freeze, and Mr. Freeze shot his ass.
Those
was
page
something funny, because that's what this is all about. It's about having fun with friends and the things we love and enjoy sharing, and the toys we collect and the good times, the things we couldn't get before that now we can, and barely if they don't knock off their bullshit. But surprise MNFers, we had fun, right? So there you go.
Yep.
That's what I got for the show this week, everyone.
Yeah, cool. Thank you, Adam. Thank you. Yeah, those page punchers are pretty cool. I mean, they've had a few good ones here and there. And as far as like the G.I. Joe, we talked about that. Oh, God, I forget how many months ago. Vinnie and I were talking about that, how they made a deal with Hasbro to start doing the page punchers for G.I. Joe, too. So real quick, there's a couple things here I want to catch. Johnny Lawrence said, did they make a matrix for Transformers like the one Galvatron couldn't open? Yes. So every Galvatron figure they put out, including the 86 movie one, he has the matrix on a chain that goes around his neck. So they did that in what was that? It was was that Kingdom or Earthrise? They put the first Galvatron out. Then they did one in Legacy United or Legacy. They did another Galvatron, same thing. And then the 86 was just a repurpose that. They also did, I think it was a comic book or a cartoon colored one as well. They did like 4 or 5 different Galvatrons, and they all came with that little matrix with the chain around it. Frankie says the furniture of law enforcement. You're in the hot seat now.
By the way, I just said when you're done. Sorry, I just got one more thing to show.
Oh yeah, no problem. Daniel Ingalls is in the house. What's going on? This is all good info. I hope that you're having fun watching. Strike while the iron's hot. Never know when another's going across your path. I collect music CDs. The more rare, the better. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Physical media is always the way to go, buddy. Every single time, man. You definitely got it right when you're doing stuff like that. And I see a lot of those. There's a lot of places are popping back up again doing stuff like that. So,
yeah.
This is Robert Kopp on eBay. Look what he goes for.
Oh,
Robert Kopp. Oh my God.
Look what he goes for. $80.
Which country did he come out of?
Like fucking probably Taiwan or fucking Singapore or something.
Robert Kopp.
Look, he's got bat nipples.
He's got.
Holy shit. That's fantastic.
Oh my God. Oh, he's the furniture.
Can't make this shit up, yo.
Right?
Oh fuck.
Holy shit.
You know, I think this clip is desperately needed. Hold on a second.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yes, thank you. I apologize. I mean, you can't make this up.
I found it, by the way. The Wonder Woman and Steve. Is this it?
Yeah, I'm not crazy about that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you do the head swap could work on this one because the body's pretty good on this.
It's all right.
But yeah, because it's old school. It's the classic one.
Yeah, she's a little bit too hoochie mama.
Yeah, and this Steve, his face looks weird. He looks like he's a 90-year-old man.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's because it's Captain America from Infinity War.
It does look like Cap, doesn't it? Yeah, it is what it is.
And Daniel, there's plenty of guys on here that do retro gaming, and I know eventually when I'm feeling a little better, I got a few health issues that I'm dealing with right now. It's not allowing me to do as much as I want. Once I'm feeling slightly better and I could do more shows again, I'm going to bring back one of my older shows called Going Old School. And the first one we're going to do is we're going to do stuff on old video games. So I have like an old Texas Instruments video game that I'm going to be showing off. Hopefully that thing still works so I can show you all how it looks when it played. But should be some fun stuff. So I got one other thing, and then I'm going to pass it back off to you, Vinny.
Okay.
We're going to dig into the past again. Because the pigs are always willing to show us something that is old school that maybe you might remember, maybe you don't. Here we go with something from the past.
Welcome, one and all. I am your Professor Indy of the Guinea Pig Collective. And now, we are going to get into some toy history. On today's toy history lesson, we will be taking a look at another franchise. While it was not here for very long, it did leave an impact with a lot of people who absolutely loved this franchise. We are talking about Matchbox and their 1988 release of Ring Raiders. The Ring Raiders were small, 3 to 4 centimeter long plastic toy airplanes mounted on rings with a detachable display stand. The toy line had a compelling story in the way of a cartoon which had a 2-hour special that was created for it, as well as 5 30-minute specials. Now, the original 2-hour special was by Dick Enterprises, and the 1 week, 5 half-hour episodes were syndicated by Bobot Communications. Unfortunately, this series did not last long as a way of a cartoon. It started in September 16th of 89 and ended October 14th of 89. The toy line itself also did not have a lot of longevity. This one was in and out pretty quick. Some say the 2 series that they released ended in 89. Other people say that it may have extended to 1990. Everything I have seen leads to believe that it ended in 89 with the Series 2 releases. Now, the first series of these toys included the Ring Raiders such as Vector Wing, Hero Wing, and Valor Wing. And of course, on the other side, you had the Skull Squadron figures, Ambush Wing, Bandit Wing, and Vulture Wing. And in Series 2, more were added to the Ring Raiders with Rescue Wing, Freedom Wing, and Bravery Wing, while the Skull Squadron got Havoc Wing, Vicious Wing, and Rebel Wing. Along with the cartoon, there was also a comic book series launched by Fleetway Publications in mid-1989. And who were the Ring Raiders? They were representing an international air force composed of the most legendary planes and pilots throughout history. The Ring Raiders traversed time to battle against the villainous Skull Squadron. As for the toy line itself, other than being able to display these on the ring and using the little plastic base arm to position the fighter on your ring and fly it around by the ring, they did not have any kind of action or launching effect. These were just small planes that you controlled with the power of your ring. Do you guys remember Ring Raiders? Because the command is in your hands.
Powers in our hands.
I remember those.
The command is in your hand.
I remember those. I remember there was one. There was another line called Air Raiders. They were completely different, but I don't remember these things at all.
Well, I know when we got into the Matchbox stuff and I brought this one up, nobody could seem to remember these at all. So I was like, hey, this make a good future one. So yeah, they had to dig into this one. I thought it was interesting enough. And of course, their main rival at the time when they were doing these, it was the Micro Machines. Because it's basically what they were. They were Micro Machines on rings.
Do you remember that one, Air Raiders?
Yes, that is something else that's actually in my bullpen of upcoming toys from the past or toy history. I haven't made up my mind which one's going to be.
That was another one that didn't last very long, right?
No, a lot of them didn't. Wedding Ring Raiders didn't do well, discontinued.
Micro Machines were awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what they were. I mean, back then, again, it just sucks because there was so many things like we didn't have it, so we created it, kind of a thing. And it's the sad thing from earlier when I couldn't jump on with the internet. It just it kind of breaks your heart when you realize there's just not any good toys either. Like you're saying, the stuff that they're remaking because we're the ones that are buying the toys more than the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly.
But yeah, I'm glad they still do make some Micro Machines though.
Yes.
Yeah, they're in those special.
So I want to while we're on the jingle of that, I'm going to play the commercial break and I'm going to hand it back over to you, Vinny.
Okay.
Once again, I want to thank everybody that's hanging out, watching us across the platforms. Guys, remember to share links out there, let everybody know we're here and we're having fun because it's always a game. It's always a game with YouTube. And if anybody hasn't been paying attention, YouTube has absolutely been on the warpath again with a lot of different creators, whether they're taking their channels down or whether they're demonetizing them or whether they're just taking down specific videos because whatever, for some reason, some false equivalency of breaking terms of service is absolute garbage. It's just the games that they always seem to play, you know, especially when things aren't going their agenda way. Kids back then had to have imagination with the toys. Yeah, they did. And you know what? And we were happy to have them. But let's keep the nostalgia train rolling, and we're going to do the commercial break for Ring Raiders. And then Vinny's back in the hot seat again, showing you off something fantastic. Here we go.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Fight the forces of darkness, the Ring Raiders prepare to take off. Battle stations are under attack. Blasts are on. Fire! Missiles launched. Mission accomplished.
The command is in your hands.
Planes and blasters sold separately.
Scout Squadron base fully armed and ready for action.
The command is in your hands.
Skull base and planes sold separately.
Ring Raiders!
Scramble, scramble! We're under attack! Blaster on! Fire! They're closing in! He's on your tail! Right to the left! Missiles locked! Mission accomplished!
Ring Raiders! The command is in your hand! Ring Raiders!
Air Carrier Justice on full alert! Skull Squadron, all pilots ready for takeoff! This is the ultimate battle for the skies!
Ring Raiders! The command is in your hand!
Attention all Ring Raiders. Evil Skull Squadron closing fast. Scramble, scramble.
Ring Raiders, intercept Skull Squadron! Battle Blaster, on!
The Battle Blaster sound machines make every dogfight seem real.
Missiles locked!
Collect the greatest fighter planes of all time. 48 hot-looking, highly detailed planes, available in squadrons of 4. Ring Raiders video, blaster, and planes from Matchbox.
The command is in your hands.
Ring Raiders! Reach for the sky! Ring Raiders!
Now, back to our program.
Didn't they do that with the Hot Wheels Star Wars stuff? They had like a clear thing and you could put it on your finger.
Yeah, they might have. They might have.
Yeah, because I picked up Millennium Falcon back before. What was it? Ring Raiders. Oh shit!
No.
Let's just get to the next figure then, because this is.
Well, hold on, real quick before you do. Ancient One with a fake super chat, colossal bag premium guinea pig treats for Tommy, the guinea pig, his wife, and the guinea pig pups. I think we got a complete happiness. Thank you, Ancient One. Thank you.
Hey,
Go ahead.
The theme music you just played, I wanted to look that up because I'm a big fan of the 80s cartoon theme music. I've never heard that one, and that sounded pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, from what I understand, it was a 2-hour special was the first thing that they did. And then they had a very short, because it switched. First, it was Dick Enterprises that, remember Dick? They did the first 2-hour special. And then after that, it switched to Bach Cop Productions. And then they did only 5 30-minute episodes. And it wasn't even technically a full season. It was just more like a special 5 episode run, and then it ended. And right after that ended, the toy line ended. So
sounds about right.
Doesn't sound anything like Robert Halford.
Yes, they just didn't like it, huh?
The Wasp singing the tune. It's a good show. I want to watch that now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some places you can still find it. When I was looking it up, there was a couple that had listings for them, so I'm pretty sure you can find them somewhere. But yeah, Vinny,
cool. Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess a little bit retro. Then first time I seen Thundercats in Target. Well, that they actually had Lion-O, because I had found Monkey in a while ago, but Apparently, there are two that are out now that are very hard to get. It's Chitara and Tigra in the same line. So,
yeah, I mean, the only ones I've seen at the store, and I've showed them off in the toy hunts, is Monkey and what was the other one I seen? Was it Mumra? Yeah, it was Monkey and Mumra. Those are the only two I've seen in my targets.
those are more. I thought those are more like the He-Man size. These are the actual like.
No, you're talking about the full articulated ones.
Yeah, yeah. These are the fully
okay.
articulated ones. Yeah, you can see all the joints and stuff, and he comes with the sword and the thing. But yeah. These actual posable figures, which again they need to work on this line because like the one that I have, he's got a shoulder that doesn't go out to the side, and one of the legs is kind of messed up too. But
it's just $35 good.
Oh, these are still 35. Jeez. See, and that's what the problem is, because Super 7 they have the ones that are like with the slip-on box and everything. I have two of them, and both of them are amazing. The joints, everything are fantastic. These newer ones, like this, looks more cartoon accurate, but again, it's the plastic they're using or whatever the manufacturing is, and there's problems. There's QC.
Is that the same one that I sent you?
Yep.
Yeah, the one I found on my targets. Yeah, because they once again it was for that line, the articulated. I'd seen Lion-O, Monkey, and who was the other one? There was one other. There was three different ones. I think it was Jackalman that I'd seen in my targets.
I don't think they.
I'm pretty sure it was one of the villains. It was one of the villains. I know that because I've seen three different ones.
Well, with this one, they're only releasing them in twos. So the first two were Lion-O and Monkey, and the next two are Chitara and Tigra.
I could have swore I seen the third one. Not less.
It's you know what it is. The packaging is almost exactly the same for the other ones. So and because it's like half the size almost.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they're in like the classic like the He-Man Origins size. So yeah, and it's Jackalman, it's Lion-O, and it's Mumra. So those that's probably what's jumping in your head right now because again they did the same exact thing, same logo, same kind of scratchy white background thing, whatever the hell that is. So, but yeah, and again those are all priced incorrectly if you ask me. I think just how it's coming in is Super 7 Thundercats, so they slapped the $35 sticker on all of them, and that's what the problem is. I think someone screwed up. But
in my store they changed that price, Vin.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah, it got marked down to $20.99, I think it was.
That's still expensive for those. But yeah, they got the Commando Elvira.
Commando.
She looked pretty decent, but I'm not getting those because I don't want to support her. She's crazy.
Oh well.
Snap! They got Mo. Crazy bitch! It's Mo. Mo's having.
Yeah, the most handsome character in The Simpsons.
Like he comes to the telephone.
He's got his own bar.
Yep.
First time that I've seen.
But yeah, so I saw those. That was kind of interesting. But yeah, a little bit like a random toy hunt thing. But I do have I got a full toy review here and another video that's a modification. So I'll show you guys both of these. So I recorded this over at that new toy store that I found. I did pull the trigger on it just because it's the only one I'm getting in the line. So I'm like, yeah. And I can't really pass up on a nice looking black suit Spider-Man. So I did get him. So here's the full review on this guy.
Hey everyone, this is Vinnie Art, and I wanted to show you guys another really cool piece that I had picked up. This is one of the few that I wanted, so I did snatch him up. I saw Black Cat in person. I don't like that design of the suit. But anyway, I'm going to be opening up this one, black suited Spider-Man. As you can see, it's textured all over. This is different since it is from the video game. But yeah, I'm going to break into this. In the meantime, guys, check out some of my cool comic books as well. Here are some of the cool books that you could get. If you go to vinnieart.com, it'll take you right over to Shadow of the Kraken. Got plenty of awesome stuff. But let's get back to the figure.
So here is that Spider-Man out of the package. And again, this one is based off of the Spider-Man 2 video game. So this isn't your regular symbiote suit. It's something else. I never played the game, so I couldn't really tell you. But Yeah, he's got textures and stuff all over the place. I do like the spider logo that's higher up on the chest. That's a really cool thing because most of them are a little too low, or the way that it goes around is kind of odd. I like this kind of cups around his shoulders. Again, even the back of his head has a texture on it. So, and it seems a little more glossy than other black suited Spider-Man. The bat that's kind of weird is that he doesn't have any butterfly joints. They didn't put any of them in there, I guess because of that chest design. But it doesn't really hinder the figure as much as I thought it would. But anyway, articulation wise, his head goes down that much, goes up only that much. Shoulders, full rotation. He's got the rest of them pretty good. Diaphragm isn't too bad. You know, you get a lot of good movement out of this. Split's kind of limited. I don't know why they keep doing it with Spider-Man figures. Everything else is pretty good. He's got boot swivel. And I do like that this Spider-Man, his feet are not as big as previous Spider-Mans. As you could tell, I'll show you too, there's not really much limitations. Like, you could pretty much still cross his arms as well. So that ain't bad. So the Spidey does come with a couple of sets of different hands. He's got his wall crawling hands, a left one and a right one. He comes with his whipping hands. So that's pretty good. He has 6 sets of hands altogether, you know, the closed fist. And he does come with this piece of Venom tendril stuff, like his webbing. But it's very flimsy. Here he is with his webbing. And I did a little mod, so I will talk about that in another little short because I'm running out of time here. But all in all, a really good Spider-Man figure. I think you guys would, if you're a fan, yeah, I suggest picking him up. Hey, everyone.
Yeah, this guy was a surprise. I didn't really know what to expect with him. And he is a lot more posable than I originally thought he might have been. But yeah, the butterfly joints it doesn't really matter, to be quite honest. I mean, sure, if it went back a little more, it would have been okay. But yeah, you can still get him into some awesome poses. And because his chest, the way that it is, it looks like it's wider as it should be. Because in the game, he has more of like the shoulders and the chest are wider, and his waist and the legs, they go slimmer. He's got a very sleek kind of design to him, which makes sense. So yeah, I was pretty surprised with that and pretty happy. But I will show you guys the mod a little bit, a better look at that because yeah, I got really good posability now out of that, out of his black tendril thing. So hold on a sec, let me share screen. So this is pretty good. So if you have, and I had these from other figures, I have those black twisty ties, or you could go to Walmart and get they're called copper wire. They have them all different colors. They have them in black as well. Like there's like a black painted coating over them, whatever. I showed you guys the gold one I had, and I used it for Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman's lasso.
Yep, to make that lasso. So with this one, I just interwove this thing inside.
This is Vinnie art, and I want to solve a problem for some people. So if you did get the Game Reverse Spider-Man figure, which you see here, you'll notice that this is now more sturdy. If you have one of those black copper wire, they sell that at a Walmart, like the arts and crafts section. Yeah, you could just put it through, make sure that it's tight, and now you could actually bend and move this so that it looks more like the proper Venom stuff.
Vinnie saving McFarlane or Marvel again.
Better it's going to be.
Dumbasses.
I have it kind of in 2 parts,
right?
But I kept some of it kind of loose for that reason, to make it look like it's more separate tendrils.
Yeah, they could have put
Again,
wire
add
inside
more
that thing.
to make it.
There's no reason they couldn't if you could just buy that stuff like you did and added it to the stuff that existed.
Again, I haven't played the Spider-Verse.
How much easier would it be to just run that same plastic coloring over the actual wiring, just add it to the freaking figure, you know?
Well, with how thick it is, they could have actually put it through.
Yeah.
It could, yeah. So, but either way, like it's not such a big deal, and it almost looks a little bit better.
Saves
the
figure, I think.
Well, yeah, because of, like you could kind of create that McFarlane spaghetti webbing. Kind of. So
I don't know if the black suit, if he still does the thwipping, or if it's like the old school Venom costume, or the black suit costume. Which, if that's the case, then it would be shooting out of the top of his hand. So you switch the hands, and bam, there you go. Pretty cool. Do whatever you want with your figures, but there's an idea. So if you do want to do something fun, there it is. There you go. You can do some really
Vinnie's
cool
fixing the
photography.
figure.
See, look how cool that looks.
Stuff like this.
Yeah.
But either way, remember, guys, hit like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. More cool stuff coming at you. Maybe I'll do more mods or other kind of.
So that was like perfect for photography as well. For you see stuff
It
like
looks
that.
so much better than when you were kind of holding it there at first, where it was all floppy.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I mean. So you could create something really cool with something super simple. In fact, I think next time I go to Walmart, I'm going to buy the white copper one and kind of try to recreate the spaghetti webbing. That for the McFarlane ones, because that just gave me that idea. I'm like, wait a minute, I know I got these laying around, so I'm like, all right, let me feed this through. And yeah, boy, did it work out. So there you go.
See, and then we'll get the patent on it. And you'll start making the webbing that's for these style of figures. You know, because
well, I'm sure there's a bunch of customizers.
How sad is it? Is somebody, formerly designer and everything, just doing stuff on YouTube and everything, along with your artwork and everything you're doing, but somebody just basically on YouTube now at this point is coming up with design fix for people that are probably making $100 an hour as designers and engineers for these damn figures.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy, man. And yeah, and they shit the better. They come up short. Like, you have such a nice looking figure and you come up that short with the accessories. Like, they could have done a lot more. And how come you only came with one of these? You should have come with at least two. And why is the end? It has that weird triangle thing. It should be something that kind of like clips onto the wrist. And that's what you got to put his hand through it. Like, there's minor tweaks that they could do, and you could go from like an 8.5 or a 9-point figure to something that's more closer to 10. Like, and make everybody happy. I don't get it. I really don't
especially
get it,
for the price range. Because wasn't this one like $30?
Yeah, because these are the video game ones. So yeah, like I said, if you go to GameStop and you got coupons and stuff, or the points, because like I said, like Bone Crusher, I'm happy. I saved like $7 or $8 on that figure, so that's a good thing. But it is what it is. But yeah, so yeah, those are my bigger reviews for the week.
Thank God for
Awesome.
GameStop discounts.
Oh hell yeah!
Right, Shifty, did you want to go? You got one more in the.
Yeah, it's in the app.
Are you able to pull that up then? Or
yeah, hold on. Yeah, the thing started auto playing. 1 second.
Oh.
My bad.
Yeah, Johnny. I'd shown those off a few times, the Smurfs. So I dug through the first time with the intent of showing some of them off, and then as I was going through another crate looking for another toy line, I had found some more of them and did a separate show off. So probably should just do one show off with all of them together. But yeah, go ahead. There's Shifties.
For video pickup number 2, and I've only got 3 minutes to say a lot of stuff, so let's get right into it. This is the results of the custom job on the Justice League Task Force Superman. Took all the cell shading off except the logo there. I got to take the logo off. Once I get a decal, I got a full video of this on my website. I got the before and after video, actually. So check it out. It turned out pretty nice. I still got some work to do on it, but yeah. Okay, also, went to Target. Bought some Supermans. Kind of pissed. I know, Vinnie. I know. Okay, I know. I bought them anyway. So I got the lion-headed Superman, right?
Hold on. Shame. Okay.
This is buried on the website. If you had the link that Britannia gave us on Twitter a couple weeks back, it's still listed for $29.99, but you can't find that link unless you had the actual link that he gave us. It's still on the website, but you can't search for this figure on the site itself. Why? Because just like Marvel figures in the past,
they combined the SKUs, which made this $29.99 figure the same price as this, $34.99. So I paid $5 more for this son of a bitch than I was supposed to. Like what the hell? What the hell? Target? What the hell? So yeah, both of these were $35. No, Shifty, you're spending too much on Superman figures. Well, look, it's like Tommy said. If I have the money and you see it, buy it and play the long game. I got 90 days to take these back. Hopefully, there's going to be a sale, a good sale. Target always has good sales. I may not see this again. I definitely probably won't see this again. They actually had the red version out there. He's red, comes to Alfred E. Newman face. Didn't like it, but see, like I can take.
Wait, he comes with an Alfred E. Newman face.
It looks almost like Alfred E. Newman.
Oh, okay.
The other one's like a bummy face.
Wasn't that one the platinum version, Shifty?
Yeah,
the red one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, because the lion one, like that one's still cool because the body's great, and yeah, you could just you could swap the heads out with one of the other Supermen we have. So like that still would look good, but yeah, that one. Shame. Sorry.
Take these back and get my money back or half back or
there you go.
some sort of it back in a sale. I mean, Superman, man, I got 13 Tords. I need these 2 Tords, and I got 15 Tords. So yeah, hopefully.
Oh, real quick too. Did he have the right forearm?
Oh shit! I didn't check. I need to check on that, man. Oh wow!
Yeah,
I need to go look.
Because we saw that popping up online that he has 2 right forearms.
Oh man, I didn't even check. I'll have to go look.
Yeah, take a look when you get a chance.
Hopefully I can get some money back on these. I mean, hell, even with the face plates that look the same. Like, well, actually, now that I have it in hand, there are minor differences in the face plates, but still, I mean, heck, it was $35. I'm paying like $27 for the regular figure that I was. So, it wasn't that big of a difference. But hey, I got 30 seconds. Went out to GameStop. Check it out. I had tons of credit. I had credit. I had like a $5 off coupon. Yeah, I got me Gilly, and I got me Cammy. And also I wanted some biscuit cutters, but I couldn't find them, so I got me some cookie cutters. Hell yeah, cookie cutters gonna make some biscuits. Yeah. Hey, what's going on? It's Shifty back.
Shifty, that was great. I love that you back.
It's okay, Shifty. It's all right. We will help you with your tort addiction. You're buying figures with 2 right forearms and cookie cutters for biscuit cutters, like cramming it in at the end. That was awesome, bro.
I got a rant. I got a rant about them biscuit cutters. I've been looking for ages for some biscuit cutters, and I kept on looking, where they have all the kitchen utensils and stuff.
Yeah. Where you would think it would be.
You know where they are? They're over in the craft section where they.
I was going to say arts and crafts.
Pans. Oh my god!
I would say you're like right in the place where they keep the refrigerated cookie dough for some reason.
Yeah,
for some reason it would be like over there. I would think.
I had no idea that they had stuff over there for like decorating cakes and stuff. I thought it was all in the kitchen utensil section. I was
well,
like,
that would be the most logical place to have this shit, where all the other shit is.
Right?
Yeah, wherever you think it might be located, go to the opposite direction. Like if you think it should be, in the food aisle, go check over in the automotive aisle. I mean, because that's the way it works in a lot of these stores anymore.
Yeah, right.
That's what happens when you hire special ed people at freaking stock shelves. Just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been in a Target since 2020, so.
Well, no, this was Walmart. I got it that, and I was like, well,
right.
It should be over there. But man, I'm in a weird spot right now because I mean, they dropped a lot of announcements for a lot of new Tords, and also some Marvel figures this week. But none of the Tords look good to me. They got some really ugly Batmans coming out. They still haven't announced when the Batman Returns line comes out.
Right.
There's no new Supermans coming out. I don't think I'm going to get that new 52 unless I get it just if I can get it for real cheap to customize and put some red tights on it. But I'm at a point right now where I'm caught up. I mean, I don't know if I go back to Star Wars or keep on Street Fighter. I don't know what I'm going to do right now. There are a couple of figures on eBay I need to get. I need to get some of the older towards Superman figures. There's two I need to get to do a little bit more customizing. But like right now, I'm caught up.
It's kind of a nice feeling, though, isn't it? Especially since the
kinda.
newer ones just look like crap.
Yeah.
Like, you know what, though?
Yeah,
I don't know about you, and I think I know where Shifty's going with there, because sometimes when you go, I mean, especially if you have money to spend to be able to get that kind of stuff, when you go out to the store and you're looking, you almost feel shamed that you couldn't find nothing to get. Like, I spent the time coming out to the store to look for something, and I'm not leaving with anything. What the hell's going on here? Do I have to, like, go to a dollar store and just pick up something cheap? Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I always
You got
try
$57 extra dollars. I'm going to the dollar store and spending $57. I'm leaving with 57 items, man.
Well, I at least try to go to Ollie's or Ross if it's it's slow at the big stores. But Ollie's is just terrible right now. I mean, they are getting some new things in, like they got those Beavis and Butthead pull string dolls that talk, and those sold out. But now they got ones from like Superbad and that some 40-year-old version and stuff like that. So that's the newest things. They got some Insecticons that came in here recently, and it's just slim pickings. Ross, they've been having some Black Series figures for $6 there, and I've been finding those. Those are cool.
That's not
and
bad.
they announced today.
Nice.
They announced today. It's the weirdest thing, I guess, because Todd's catching on to all the people that's doing toy hunting videos, and they're always hitting up Ross because you'll find clearance deals there. He's taking the regular multiverse version of the new Superman movie figure, and he's put it on a blister pack card, and he's going to send it to Ross as an exclusive. Now, they didn't say how much it's going to be, but a lot of low income people shop at Ross. So if it's over $15, I can't imagine anyone but collectors will buy it. But why would collectors buy that when they can buy it, the regular version at anywhere else at Walmart or Target?
I mean that's a marketing strategy by people like that just want to get their footprint into another market. So he's doing it. He's probably going to be selling at the same price, but a lot of the other ones probably going to be a lot higher than what most people are willing to pay when they go to a Ross. But this gets it gets his footprint in another door to make people go to another store to go look for an exclusive figure that he's putting out. It's it's just nonsense.
And it all is up in Ollie's anyway when you think about it.
Oh, I think so.
What's going on, Soul Assassin?
What's up, Soul Assassin? How you doing, man? No, I'm saying, and I think with that line, that's what's going to happen, because just a couple of targets that I went through, most of the time you'll only see like, what's the Green Arrow figure, the kid version, or the younger one? He's a new peg warmer, basically.
Arsenal?
Is it Arsenal? I don't know. I forget. Because I see him so many times. He's on all of our toy hunts. Him and the guy who's all in black with the yellow hood and cape. Those are the two that you're seeing everywhere. You can't really find any other figure of his on in the regular stores. GameStop is where you're able to find a lot of Tord stuff. But those Superman toys are all over the place in those targets. In fact, I stumbled upon 4 times now the gold label Superman. Nobody wants them. Tomorrow we're gonna be talking about some of that stuff on the Friday stream, because there's something really funny happened with the last trailer that came out. About refunds on movie tickets. So we'll hit that. But I think this movie is going to flop pretty hard, and all that merchandise, you see them at Ollie's.
I don't think it's going to flop, because I think there's more buzz for this than any movie coming out this summer. I think it's going to do pretty well. That Jurassic Park. I think the big question is the Fantastic Four.
It's manufactured. It's manufactured buzz. Because to make a profit, they said, to break even, they need $700 million to break even. It's going to be a climb. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna do
8 to 900 million, I think. The figures here, though, I can't find them anywhere. The Tords. This is the first time I've actually saw the movie figures, and they've been kind of out for about a month now, supposedly. So I saw that was the only movie figure I saw so far, so I snatched them up quick. They said they sold out of everything. They got the statues for $50, but the regular figures, they're
seeing
people
them
are
too.
buying them.
Yeah, like prediction. It's a prediction, yo. It's a prediction. I am calling it. I'm calling it now. You guys can make fun of me later if you want, or if it does great, whatever. I am calling it. This movie's gonna be a flop. I already heard a lot coming out about it, and like I said, tomorrow we're going to talk about it a little bit more. But there are massive reasons why it's going to flop, and yeah, stay tuned tomorrow to find out.
Well, here's
Okay,
my
well,
right.
I'm saying eight to 9.
Where the hell am I going to see it at? I got to go an hour and a half out of my way because they shut down all the fucking theaters.
Oh, they did?
I want to see that.
Yeah, man, and that's happened all over the U.S. So the amount of money that it should have made, which would be triple because it's garbage anyway, isn't happening either because there's a lot of towns with no theaters anymore.
Stay on target.
Zip your lips out your butts to the seat, listen hard!
Stay on target.
He's not a toy. He's trouble. You see the mustache? I asked him to shape.
Soul Assassin, I agree. It'd be dope.
Oh man! So back to toys. I was going to show two things. I think I'm going to save one for next week. It's something I wanted to get into, but I'd rather hit this toy hunt that I had sitting in the bullpen since last week. I'd rather hit that first since that's been sitting around for a while. And then I wanted to talk about some of the things that I've seen that they've got coming up. And I know that's where a big bulk at the end of the conversation always winds up heading with a lot of toys is all the stuff that's coming out, what looks like they're doing right and what we probably need to hold our breath for and hope. But before we get into that, let's take a quick look at last week's toy hunt.
The other side where they got a few more NECAs, I got some more of these black and whites, like the black and white Casey Jones, some more of the superhero Ben Cooper, Nosferatu, Monster, Crouching Panda, Hidden Turtles, Bride of Frankenstein monster, Horror of Dracula. Shown this one before. They also got Karloff the Mummy. And just a few more turtles sitting over here, including the Hunter Leonardo. And then they also have Super Turtle and Domoids. I think they only have the one. Yeah, they only have the one. That's pretty cool though. So I have this big box set right here. All the turtles in street outfit gear. Whole bunch of Easton and Lairds sitting here. And my buddy Slasher's always looking for Donatello, and they do not have Donatello, Leonardo, and Michelangelo only. But check out this guy. Look at this Leatherhead. Holy crap, this thing is huge. Like, in comparison to the other turtle figures, damn, this thing is gigantic, and he is a heavy sucker, man. That thing looks cool as hell. I only have a few of the Street Fighter Ultras here. Got Peanuts, got Lucy, all by herself. These stupid fugly things. Fugler. Stupid. I got Super Friends, got Lex, Gal Jordan, and Sinestro. That's about it. Masters of the Universe. It's almost the same thing. Like, they just got 4 of the Turtles of Grayskull. That's all they got. A few new Eternia and Revolution ones. And a few Origins. Just freaking Snake Men, freaking Snake Face, and Dragon Blaster Skeletor. And that is it. Nothing is going on here. And they still got this old thing, Toilet Taxi, and then they've got the Master Universe Evil Horde inspired original concept art, but that is it. Nothing else to speak of. far as turtle stuff, it just doesn't look like anything's getting restocked. Like, I haven't seen any classics in forever. It's just been bare bones and empty. Still got a few Street Sharks. They still got a couple Godzilla vs. Kong. Not very many. They also got this Batman Forever. And they got Two-Face.
Nice Two-Face.
Holy crap.
That
Peanuts?
NECA stuff. Jeez, man. I didn't realize how many freaking different versions of those Ninja Turtles they've done. Like, who the hell's buying all those things? Those are like
there's a lot of Eastman layer. I'll
38
tell you that leather head though. Wow.
Yeah.
That thing was heavy as hell. It was solid like the Triceraton figure they did.
It was
Man,
an
that thing
impressive
looks
size.
awesome.
How much?
I don't know. I didn't have no money, so I was scared to look at the price because then I would just got mad.
Yeah.
Probably $70, probably.
At least 50 for sure.
Yeah, a minimum of 50.
Uh-huh.
Those Peanut characters look awesome. I've never seen them before. I guess they're probably about $20 a piece, but I definitely
they're
pick up
20 a
Snoopy
piece.
I definitely pick up a Snoopy and Charlie Brown.
Yeah, so Reaction posted, and Reactions is another company I'm getting away from just because of their attitude towards people and everything like that. But I mean, they do make some really cool stuff in a small little 3 3/4, or maybe just right around the 4-inch mark on some of them. Some of them are absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
he's $60.
60, okay.
Leatherhead, yep. He's
a solid figure though. Like he would. Like the way that thing looks like it's built, just like the Triceraton. It's a lot, but I mean that's a hefty ass figure. He's probably worth the price.
Yeah,
it'd be even better if you could get him on sale, but you never see NECAs on sale.
No,
it's like that Earl figure from Dinosaurs. That sucker's really hefty.
Wow. Yeah, the Walmart. That's the only place I've seen every once in a blue moon. They'll have a sale on a NECA thing. But Target never does. Target is Target.
Yeah, they were in and out pretty quick, and I said they weren't going to last long because they look like garbage. The Rob Zombie monster figures.
Oh yeah.
BestBuy.com sometimes has NECAs on sale. That's where you want to look.
Yeah. I've seen once in a blue moon too. But yeah, they don't last long.
Yeah.
All right.
By the way, before I forget, for anyone who is looking in Best Buys now, I'd go sooner rather than later. One of the Best Buys I go to, no more figures at all. They took them all out of the stores.
What?
Yep. So I called it. I said they were going to do it this year. I didn't think it'd be this soon. They used the Switch 2 as the excuse. They rearranged everything and they took all of the figures out. There's only like a handful of plushie dolls left, and that's it.
Did you ask somebody? Because sometimes wow, because some of the Best Buys have the main toy section, and they have a secret section back in the back corner.
Yeah.
So,
well, these are the one that I go to. They used to have them in the front when you go into checkout, and they moved them all in the back near the video games. That section is completely gone. I asked 2 people working there, and one goes, "Oh yeah, that's the only toy section we have in the store. And if they're not there, then we don't have them anymore." I'm like, "Wow." There was no place for them either. Everything was completely cleaned out.
Well,
like
I was going to say, can you imagine that? Sponsorship.
Oh yeah, that'd be great, but they'd be too afraid to because we're too honest with our reviews.
Yeah, but I mean. A good portion of those figures at Best Buy was Tords, so the DC Tords. So him getting out the line, it was just NECA and Lego, I guess, left.
Well, yeah, it was a handful of those. I seen a couple of Hot Wheels, but the other Tords that they had were these. Although this is GameStop. But they used to have a lot of these at Best Buy as well.
That's so nice. That is so nice.
This one did look good. Yeah, so I recorded this real quick too. It's a short one.
God, that's so cool. I want that one. I want the Storm.
Yeah, some of them look good.
Carnage makes babies cry.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
I heard you had a pterodactyl in the background.
Yeah. Oh, I said yeah. When I went to Carnage, it was a little low though. I go, yeah. Carnage makes babies cry, and the kid just kept crying. But
So,
yeah,
here's what Hasbro's got coming up.
what do you got?
Oh,
there it goes. So some of the stuff that they got the Clash things coming up for Age of the Primes and their Studio Series stuff that they're continuing. I mean, I personally don't like the Michael Bay stuff, but I mean, if you like it, this is what's coming up. They got that coming up. So here's a couple other pictures of what the figures look like.
Tell us about your favorite Michael Bay one. What was that, Bumblebee?
I hated that movie. I hated that movie for my own reason. I'm not going to get into why, but did not like it. But
keep it on target.
I mean, if this is what you're into, I mean, I guess they're okay. I mean, they kind of are what they are.
That's not a weird set, by the way. That's a very weird set.
Yeah, 3 figures in a set. The Fallen, Megatron, and Soundwave. Then they also have this 2-pack coming out. Look at that. Got a second chance to get Sandstorm.
Oh, okay.
So the Wreck and Doom collection. They got Sandstorm and Trigger Happy.
Okay. Is he a triple changer as well, or
no? Trigger Happy just had 2 forms. The original one was a Target Master.
Gotcha.
So there's another shot with both of them in their vehicle forms.
Was
no, he was a Headmaster. That's right. He was a Headmaster.
Okay.
And of course, him in his copter mode, which I thought that one looked fantastic. When you did the review for it, I was like, yeah.
It does.
I like that.
They did a very nice job with that figure. It's just when he's in robot mode, his legs feel like they're a little empty, a little hollow. Like they could have like filled in like the back legs a little bit more, done something with that. But otherwise, yeah, it's a really solid figure.
I wouldn't even give it 20 minutes. I'd give it less than 5. Yeah, I've heard the new Transformer comics are good too, but after I seen they did to my man Bumblebee, I was like, yeah, no, thank you. It wasn't Bumblebee. Well, you showed me that one page in the comic, that Skybound or whatever, and I said that's not how Bumblebee would have did things. Like he was very passive, and he was preaching caution. That literally his name is Cliff Jumper, he who jumps off cliffs.
Oh, Cliff Jumper, not Bumblebee.
Yeah, Cliff Jumper.
Yeah, that's why you confused me. Oh.
So they also had this 13 Primes. So they've got Onyx Prime. Interesting looking figure. I don't know a lot about that one. So it's kind of interesting, though. It's almost got that Beast Wars like type look to it.
Do you have a photo of it transformed as well?
No, that I don't have. If you wanted to pull that up. Onyx Prime is some kind of beast of some sort. I can't tell.
Okay.
They didn't. I just went with the pictures I could easily pull off the site.
Gotcha. I'll see if I can find one.
Okay, breaking news. I can fully report. I just checked my Lionhead Superman. He has both correct forearms.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Awesome. That's a score, Shifty.
Quality control, baby.
Right. 13 Prime.
Maybe they finally had somebody doing quality control at Tord that wasn't cross-eyed.
You're right.
It looks right to me. No problem here, boss.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish I could say, but
what the? Yeah, robot mode's in it. Looks good on that thing. Hold on, I'll pull it up.
The old mode looks bad, huh?
Oh my god, this looks terrible. What is that piece of shit?
A centaur with wings. I suppose so, Frankie.
What's that?
What the hell is that?
Frankie said it looks like a centaur with wings.
Like,
it looks like something for Final Fantasy. It's like a boss or something you fight.
Sort of. Yeah, right. The wings are definitely like that, but yeah, the extra.
Wow.
That's
way too fantastical for Transformers.
Yeah, he's got 3 modes, so it's some kind of wing creature, centaur mode, and then robot mode.
Who helped design this? Was it Tord?
This looks horrible. So here's the next one. This is a re-release, I believe, of the one they did with Orion Pax. So we got Alpha Trion. Not bad looking. He does something different too. So they actually took something from the cartoon. And I've seen a few other guys that are big Transformer guys that love talking about this kind of stuff. So in that one, he pulled his badge out and he used it as like an energy blast, like a beam, like, you know, or something. So this one actually has a pull-out Autobot symbol that he actually can use that you've seen in the Sunbow cartoon. I thought that was kind of interesting. I wouldn't mind getting this guy by himself. I think, you know, not to say that the one with Orion Pax didn't look pretty cool, but it's nice that there's single card in this guy.
Yeah, I got some more photos of him. So, yeah, not too bad. Looking pretty good. Let's see his. Okay. He's borrowing one of the transforming modes from. Why can't you think of it? Galvatron's guys.
The sweeps, no, the sweeps were a little bit different than that.
But it's a
actually
similar.
They were a lot.
But it's like the transformation is kind of similar.
Well, yeah, the transformation. I mean, there's obviously they didn't just like pull the mode, thank God, and just repaint it. I think the first one was actually closer to a sweep than this one is. So this is, I think this might even be almost a complete redesign.
Yeah, see, I'm okay when they do stuff like that, where it's like you got a transformation that's similar, but yeah, you really you stepped it up with everything else because both modes, he looks like a brand new figure all around, so that's good. But yeah, pretty sharp.
I'm surprised they don't show the badge in the photos popping, because I've seen somebody had showed the photo of it.
Oh, there
there it is. Yep.
Nice.
And he used that in the cartoon.
Pretty cool.
I forget if he used it against the Quintessons or who he used it. I think it was the Quintessons when they had their revolt against the Quintessons in the cartoon.
Nice.
Pretty sharp. Pretty sharp. Then they had this guy.
Who's that?
Micronus Prime.
I don't know most of these.
So you remember when they did Titan's Return? It was like the micro mini Prime like guys. Micronus Prime is supposed to be a big part of that.
Okay.
It looks like he's missing feet or something. He looks. I don't know. He looks.
He looks stumpy.
He's a dwarf.
The Beatus took his feet.
Yeah, he's a dwarf.
Hey guys, it's me. I'm one of the primes.
Yeah, it's the little prime.
Oh my God, it looks even shorter in the box.
He is.
Oh, that's funny. So it almost looks like a headmaster, that part.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah,
I thought the headmasters were cool.
Yeah, that's a weird character.
All right, next up, we got Age of the Prime's Flatline. I'm not really familiar with this character offhand, but he definitely looks like a reuse of another one, at least a partial reuse. Not bad looking, though. I mean, it's not horrible.
No.
Yeah.
The paint job on that's nice.
Yeah, the black to red.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I like the and the Decepticon logo really pops on this one. I'll share it.
Wow.
Yeah, I found them.
As soon as I see it pop up, there it goes.
Yeah. Not bad.
You should have been a Scion FRS.
Yeah, we'll see what the hell he turns into.
Looked like some kind of weird SUV vehicle. Couldn't really make out what it was.
Here we go. Oh yeah,
man, he looks really cool. That almost looks like that truck from Mass, kind of, except he got red in it.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, not too bad though.
That's cool.
It'll be The Rock's new vehicle in the new Transformer movie.
Oh no!
All right, so the next one. The next one is the one I'm super excited about. Now, they've done a few of these figures already. They've already released the other three. Deluxe Insecticons, we finally got the leader, and he looks freaking amazing. Venom.
Oh.
So the Deluxe Insecticons, man, if you don't know about them, Takatuku Toys licensed them off to Hasbro to put them in the Hasbro line. That's why they never appeared in cartoons and didn't appear in comics for the longest freaking time, because while they were part of another company, it got bought out by Bandai eventually. But when I looked at this thing next to my original G1 version of him, man, they nailed this. The only thing different between this guy and the original one is the inclusion of that clear red plastic in the dead center of his abdomen and chest area. That is the only thing is there. Everything else they nailed. The colors of the feet with the little like piping on the legs, the weapons, I mean, the oranges are a little bit off, but it's a photo. You don't know until you see it in hand.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall though, I mean, this captures what that G1 one looked like fantastically with all kinds of articulation. This thing looks amazing. Like out of all the ones I've seen so far, this is the one that I'm most excited for. Like looking at things.
Yeah, he's got almost like that kind of 60s vibe to him. The design elements on it.
Halloween color.
Yeah, kind of.
I thought it was weird they misnamed them on the box though.
So this was, you said, was by Takamichinoku?
Takatuku Toys.
Oh, okay.
He's in tight.
Yeah, look at that. Vinnie. It said Vinnie.
Yeah. V-E-N-I-N.
Yeah, his original name was Venom. I don't know if there's a problem with Marvel or like whatever. I don't understand why it'd be a problem.
Probably.
Venom is a generic, word.
Yeah.
So next one up, here we go. We got Fireflight. Got one of the aerial bots. He doesn't look half bad.
Oh, they got a new one coming out. All right, that's pretty good. They're all pretty similar, though, right?
Well, I mean, they've all got different jet forms and everything like that, and there's a lot of difference. And you could tell when I show Air Raid.
Oh,
I like that.
Or Skydives. I'm sorry, Skydive.
Skydive.
Air Raid. Yeah. Skydive.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that the body's like mostly black like that, and then the silver.
Not too bad, I mean, these things do capture the G1 look of the toys and everything, along with the freaking little bit of the animated look.
Tommy, don't shoot these. Don't shoot these.
No, these look really nice. I like the way these ones look. Like really cool looking. Next one up, we got, this is what Steve was talking about. We got the re-release of the Dinobots. We got Slag and Sludge. Yeah, I know they call them Slug. That's Slag. But they got them in their G2 colors. So when they released them in G2, they just recolored them and released them. And there you go with Sludge and Slag.
He's got Italian colors, the Italian flag there.
And they look great in Dinobot form, even with the colors. And look at the goldish color that they put on Snarl. I said Sludge, it's Snarl. Look at the gold color on Snarl. He looks so much better in that plain yellow that they used on the Studio Series one.
Why couldn't they do this from the start? Like get the proper gold.
I don't know. I mean, I get they were trying to do cartoon colors, but it didn't make a lot of sense since they had gold on Grimlock and Slag.
Yeah, I was gonna say the one I just reviewed. He's got gold on him. His head's gold. Yeah, I don't know. They make odd choices, these companies.
And then this one, which released like a week or so ago, the Transformers Age of the Primes Action 4-pack sold out already. So there you go with your repurpose of that mini Optimus Prime they did was based off the missing link. They just repainted and make Ultra Magnus, But here's where I have a problem with their laziness on this. Instead of giving them like a different weapon, instead of reusing the same axe that they gave Prime, give them something different and give them a different gun, not just take Prime's gun and color it white and say, that's a day. Why didn't you just give them an Ultra Magnus gun? Seriously, you cheap bastards. You got Horrible over there, who was one of the mini headmasters. This guy, he looks okay. Was he headmaster or target master? Shit.
I don't know.
I think he was a headmaster. I'm blanking on that one for some reason. That's twice tonight. But, a lot of people said they have a huge problem with this. And I mean, it doesn't look perfect, but it looks okay. I don't have as big of a problem. My biggest problem is with Bumper, the little yellow one right here. They basically just reused the Studio Series 86 Bumblebee and just put a different head on it, and they called it a day and said that's bumper. That's lazy. It's cheap. It was a completely different vehicle. Like Bumblebee wasn't even a Volkswagen in '86 Studio Series 1 that they released. I don't care what anybody says. That's not a Volkswagen. That's not the way he looked in G1, and it's certainly not the way he looked in the cartoon, whether you're talking about regular Sunbow or the '86 movie. And I proved that already on Twitter.
Wait a minute, Tommy. You mean that a Volkswagen isn't boxy and has giant fucking wheels on the backside?
Nope. Believe it or not, it doesn't. I couldn't believe it myself. I had to look it up. Excuse me, $90? Yeah, I know. For four $25 figures. Yeah.
Wow.
And
they could go eat plastic.
I mean, I get it. It's 425 figures. It should be $100 technically if you sell them individually. But like, holy shit, you're putting 4 figures in one package. You should be able to freaking knock the price
and one
down
of them's a half the size of a figure. So get out of here with that.
Yeah, I know. The last one is the Nemesis Prime, which is more like an animated cartoon version of Nemesis Prime. And
Which is another reuse one, a new paint job on something that already exists. So
it's the animated Optimus, just recolored. Bastard. So they didn't spend anything extra. I think the only one is new tooling is horrible. That's it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess if you want to say the head on the freaking bumper, which that doesn't even look like bumper at all, not even close. No. I personally, I don't find this set worth it. To me, it's not worth $89. You know, sell some of these figures individually. You probably do a lot better.
Yeah.
But that's what I have for all this stuff. But the fact that people bought this because like I seen people arguing about the bumper figure. They were arguing about Bumblebee too. Like, dude, you obviously don't know what you're talking about. And this is what I talk about, and Stieg has said it too, where you get these people that are like franchise tourists. They don't really know the property, but what they want to claim they do and say, this looks great. I'm glad we're getting this. This looks just like it. No, it doesn't. Not even close. And this is the problem when you start getting into some of these companies when they get lazy and they're not going to give you what you want. I've already shown a few where they obviously went back and they took a look at the original ones, like that Venom figure. I mean, that's killer. The 2 aerial bots. Absolutely stunning. And even though it's a reuse of those Dinobot molds, doing the recolors like they did in G2 with Snarl and Slag, that still looks freaking top notch. That looks amazing. This is just a whole bunch of laziness.
Yep. It's cash grab. You know, they know they have certain simp armies there, and they're going to get them no matter what.
I hear you, Chaos. That's staying where they keep it. We got 2 Shifties in the house.
Oh boy!
Now there are 2 of them. This is getting out of control.
It's getting shifty. It's getting shifty in here.
2 of me. What?
There is. Hold on.
There was 2 of you up for a second.
Yeah.
Oh.
There were 2 Cobra Commanders. It was amazing.
It's multiplying in water.
Yeah. One should have been a variant. Damn it. But speaking of GI Joe.
Wait a second. I got a goatee. What the hell?
Here's it's a shame Slasher isn't on here though, because I think he brought this up last time, but yeah we have the photos of them now. So yeah, here's the 2-pack. Although he skipped leg day, this other guy's got bigger legs. Like, what did they do? Because I have the original Sergeant Slaughter, and the original one, his legs are bigger. Like, what? I don't know, but it's cool that they actually can get the whistle in his mouth now. So, but yeah, not too bad. First time seeing these. He's got the Desert Storm look going on all around.
Yeah, what is that? Mercer?
I think
the other guy,
or I think it's Felix.
Yeah, it's Mercer.
Or Mercer. Okay. Yeah, I just saw it and I clicked it, so just to show the photos, but pretty good.
So I'm assuming that if they're doing Mercer, they're going to do the rest of the Renegades too.
I think so. Yeah.
Marauders.
Yeah. These are a 2-pack, so probably the other ones are probably going to be a 2-pack as well. I'm assuming. Well, we'll see. But, yeah, not bad. Do come with a lot of shit. I'll say that much. So not bad. Not bad. But yeah, I honestly I haven't picked up a GI Joe in like what, a year now or something.
I need to get on those.
Yeah, they're nice. Some of them kind of, you'll have a handful that kind of suck, but then for the majority of them, I'd say maybe 93% of them are pretty damn amazing, like 9s and 10s all around.
I mean, I think the only problem is like the Dreadnought series. Like they all look great, but some of them had quality control issues. Like that buzzer I had, like his freaking midsection was super weak and slopped all over the place, and then his glasses wouldn't stay on his head because they used super soft plastic that wouldn't even hold to his head. Like there was a few misses.
Yeah, there's a couple, that's for sure. Trying to see if the other
I tossed something in there if you want to pull it up.
Who's that?
Oh yeah. I'd share that in the collectible past thing, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Rogue figure, and you got to buy a 3-pack with Sauron and Sheena. Yeah, and it's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. So people have been dying for this figure.
Oh, I know.
And now you got to get a 3-pack, and it's a convention exclusive. That sucks.
Yep. Because they're never going to single card her and put her in regular stores. Because she's, air quotations, too sexy. Oh, those companies upset me.
I hate it. Man. Why do they do this? Why do they do this?
Because they're jerks.
They should at least, put them single carded on like their website or something and then like sell it that way. I mean, they should have done the same thing for all those Gameverse 2-packs. Like, not everybody wants to buy each one and have to pay $60 for a set. Sell them individually on your site, but then it'll be the same problem as always. The bots will get in there and you can't. You can't get to it. It's a mess.
Scalper Central.
Soul says if only they had a Psylocke version of that Rogue figure. Yes, Ancient One. I did see it earlier and I did read it. I appreciate that. He reposted the fake super chat.
Gotcha.
I did see it, buddy. I didn't miss it.
Yeah.
The pig's got eyes everywhere.
Oh, for sure.
I think the figure looks good, but is it just me or is there something a little bit off about her face? Is that just me?
She got a little bit of a prostitute look.
You can. There's a really nice Rogue at Ollie's. You can swap heads off with that one.
Oh, the green and black.
Yeah.
Yep. I did that. Because I have it's not the first release, but the one that was in the Juggernaut Build-A-Wave. I had her, and she comes with the green headband, and the head does not look that good. So the eyes are all crooked. Like she has that Anna Taylor-Joy thing going on, but like really bad. But yeah, the one that's in black and green, that head's perfect. So I just put it on that other one.
Ancient One send another fake super chat. A shipment full of plate armor specifically designed for cute fuzzy guinea pigs for Tommy the guinea pig, so he can prepare them for warfare. And when the pigs are coming at you in warfare, you better watch your ass.
Right. Like I said, it's crazy, man. Because Sheena looks really good. She looks good. I don't
think Sauron looked bad.
He looks good. But like you said though, guys, it's like for people who don't want everything, they don't want all of it. That is an expensive pack that's going to be impossible to find because it's
it's the same thing when we're talking about that $89 4-pack. So there was a 4-pack they've released years ago, and there was 2 figures in the 4-pack that I really wanted. So I had to bite the bullet and pay more to get a 4-pack of Transformers for Goldbug and Rampage, which is the yellow and black Insecticon that was a locust. So basically, they recolored the Kickback one.
Yeah.
From Legacy. So they just recolored that one and they made it Rampage. It was what it was. I thought it still looked really good with the recoloring. They did a pretty good job doing a recoloring, and it's a deluxe Insecticon. But once again, I didn't give a rat's ass about the other 2 figures that were in that 4-pack. If you're going to do a 4-pack, here's another thing. This 3-pack, even though not everybody's going to want all 3 figures, it makes sense in the sense that it's all Savage Land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're going to do the same thing with your Transformers, if you're going to re-release like G1 styled newer figures, all 4 G1, all 4 animated, all 4 Beast Wars. This way, people are going to get what they want to get. And they're not going to have to play this game. Well, with a couple figures from here that I like, I buy. Don't like these, and I got to pay it because I want these figures, and I can't get them no other way. It's horseshit. Stop doing that shit. I mean, once again, it's too expensive for this, but it makes sense.
Well, I was going to say that out of curiosity, do we know the price? Is it 150?
No, this is like $90, but then it's San Diego Comic-Con. So I don't know if they're going to do any on their website afterwards, or if they don't, you're going to be paying at least $30 more on eBay.
You better no, you're going to be paying double on average on a lot of those. And the only way you get lucky, and I've done this myself with a NECA figure. So they had a couple San Diego Comic-Con exclusives of Greta from Gremlins 2. The trainee gremlin.
Yep.
But originally they released a regular version of her in regular stores, and then they did one in a wedding gown, and they did another one in her singing red gown. And both of those were San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. I got lucky and found one on this one site where the box was damaged, and the box wasn't even that badly damaged. It was just damaged enough that a collector wasn't going to pay full price, or should I say, way over full price for it. All the other ones that they had that were in excellent condition were well over double the cost of a regular NECA at the time. And at the time, those things were going for about, I think it was 26 or something at the time when I picked it up. So all the other ones were, for well over 50 some odd dollars. So yeah, whatever price this is, you're going to probably at least double it. And that's what they're going to be selling it for, since it was an exclusive.
If you were good at painting figures, you probably could kit bash something together that would look like this. Because you take the Rogue head, I think you could probably work in one of the old She-Hulks that has the ripped clothing into that, and from there, you just got to find a loincloth and some boots, and you can make one, but you got to be really good at painting, the skin tones and everything.
Yeah, I seen one or two in the past. Like those guys who could do that stuff, and they look all right. One I seen looked better than this, to be honest. But I don't know. Like again, Hasbro, they do weird things. And again, if they're gonna put it on their website, I'm gonna tell you right now because I've seen them do it before with other figures. They also did it with Serpentor. They had, if in order to get it off their site, you also had to be a member of their exclusive thing. That's an extra $50.
Yeah, you had to be a Pulse member exclusive. Pulse exclusive member.
So I'm telling you right now, that's what they would definitely do it with this. I'm telling you right off the bat, and it sucks ass completely because they're scumbags. The only way that she would be released single carded is if she's like an exclusive to GameStop. Target would not carry this. I don't think it would.
Yep, Soul Second, you could do that.
Yeah, buy a blank body and buy custom third-party clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pulse, and we've talked about this before with Hasbro. I mean, here's the thing, guys. You look on Hasbro's site on Pulse, and you're like, oh, well, it's the same price as it is in stores. Yeah. Do you think the stores are paying that price? Do you know how much the average store markup is? Usually $300 to $500. Usually they aim for the 500% markup. So how much do you think they're paying for those toys? Yet you go on Hasbro, they're selling it to you direct, and you're paying the same price you pay in stores. Plus, they're going to charge you for shipping. At the very least, if they're going to charge you what they're charging in stores because they don't really want to compete with the stores that are buying their toys, and I could kind of get that to a degree, at least sell it for what they're selling in the toys and in the stores, and then offer free shipping. You are making, triple or more by selling it direct as opposed to what you're selling to the stores. At least offer free shipping, you freaking you greedy son bitches.
Oh, yeah. Look, here, I found one that's custom that was pretty good. So, like I said, man, there are people who can do it a little bit better, to be honest, too, and closer to what it's supposed to look like. Yeah. And they got the soft goods for, like, the...
we lost Adam.
Oh.
Yeah. He's been working hard lately. All the shoveling and stuff, but so like I said, not too bad. Oh, there's another pretty good one.
See, this is like an iconic version of Rogue, and everybody wanted her, and they've been asking for years. And
oh yeah, that one's really good too.
Yeah, I can see it under Disney how they don't want to release this mass market. It's kind of like Leia from Return of the Jedi. They don't want to put her out, that her bikini form anymore. So
yeah. That's why if you notice, that the one that they have that's official, she looks like they're still covered up a lot.
Well, I mean, the black cat you showed off. I mean,
oh yeah.
No boob.
She's all nunned up.
Yep.
Zero
When
cleavage.
fans do better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's kind of a shame.
Next thing you know, the greed that Tommy speaks about have gone complete feral. It's all over on the news as they are seen running wild as if they were living in the wild. Joking.
Oh shit.
I was thinking about saving this the next week. I think I'm just going to play this now.
What's that?
I have one more thing that I could show off for the stream.
Oh, before you do a video, I got a couple more photos. There's something that you actually, I know it's one that you want.
Go for it.
Yeah, I know you want this one. Monkey Wrench.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I knew that they were releasing him. He looked good.
He looks damn good. They got a couple of good different looks for him too. So I like when they have all the extras. So that's pretty damn sweet.
See, that's two I need now. I need Xandar and him.
Yep. So yeah, that's killer.
I mean, all the rest of them, and there's some minor nitpicks with them, but overall, I'm still happy I have all of the other ones that they've released because they all look amazing. So
yeah,
I'll give Hasbro credit for that. I mean, they usually do a fairly good job with the G.I. Joe classified line. I don't think I've ever gotten a complete stinker except for the Baroness figure. That articulation, that thing is freaking horrendous.
That one really pissed me off. I don't understand why they haven't released that new. There's one that they released with the jet. If you just do a couple of modifications on the mold, because the body that they did, like they did a brand new sculpted body, and holy crap, it is incredible. So I'm like, yeah, just paint that thing black. Change a couple little elements to the suit because it looks more like a flight suit. You just change a couple little things, and boom, re-release that. Everybody will run out and get it.
You got to watch out for the Pharaoh Maniacs, brother.
I just don't. I can't. I don't see how G.I. Joe is doing so well, though. I mean, because you can't find them anywhere. I mean, you have.
That's because they're usually sold out.
Yeah, I know. But it's like I've hardly ever see them on the shelves anywhere. Like Walmart, we've discussed this before, but even at Target, I mean, the only Joes I ever see are the ones that are too expensive, that are in the sets that nobody wants to buy for the price they have, or the reaction figures. That's the only ones I ever see.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Oh, sorry.
Custom Rogue. He's showing Savage Land figure.
Oh, someone's got it on YouTube. Nice.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say that's another thing that comes into play with a lot of these toy stores, and that's why you got to be able to know somebody that's doing stocking. Try to make friends with one if you can, because when a lot of these figures come in, Vinnie and I both talk. We don't know how these scalpers know when these son of bitches are coming in, and they're waiting for them. But if they bug the stock people, that's why you may sometimes see figures on the shelf that look like the plastic was smashed in or the box was all smashed up. That's because the stock person got irritated from a scalper who was demanding they bring them out now. They should have already been out because they knew when they were supposed to be put out on the shelf. And the stock people were like, screw you. I'll smash this thing out and put it on the shelf. There you go. You want it now?
Here's the link that Soul Assassin dropped in there. But yeah, dude, that looks incredible.
It looks great, but man, that hair is wild.
Yeah, they went really crazy with the hair, but yeah, that is great.
Yeah.
Holy hell, that's a beautiful custom. I could see some. I'm trying to figure out like what body they used, like the base body for.
Well, who had short boots?
There's a couple of them. Oh, Siren. Banshee's daughter. Maybe that's the. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same boots. I have her right in front of me.
Is that a Zorana top?
I don't know.
it's only one shoulder.
Yeah, it's one strap.
could be.
It looks like Zorana.
Could be. They just modded it more. Because she's got the flap over. Zorana has like the flap over that comes onto that side. But wow, this is beautiful, man.
Uh-huh.
Holy hell. Yeah, good for them. It's killer.
H1.
What do you say?
Alt mention Hulk Hogan, the Hasbro executive, before turning them into Pharaohmaniacs. I'm Hulk Hogan, king of the Pharaohmaniacs, brother. And today's the day you're all going to be running wild, brothers.
Holy hell, that's great.
That's a downside about some customs. They sometimes refuse to tell you how they did it. Yeah.
Yeah, some of them, yeah. But dude, yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I figured it out.
But I got one more for you. It's keeping in theme with a lot of the other stuff I showed off today, including the toy break. I don't know how many people are going to be interested in this one, but I've been asked before to do a few more of these. So here we go with the Guinea Pig Collective Repair Shop.
Guys, what's going on? We are hanging out today, and we're going to do a little Transformers surgery. So we got old Skydive here. This one is not in the best of shape. He's like really raggedy looking. Definitely not the best. Then I have this one over here. This one is actually in much better shape, much cleaner. All the stickers are in fairly good shape, except for the bolt on that side. But I mean, overall, even the metal on this one, on his metal chest, is in a lot better shape. Along with the plastic, it's not yellowed like this one is. So what we're going to do is he's missing both arms, and he's missing, of course, the front of the nose cone of his jet. This guy has everything, so we're going to take this one apart, and then we're going to swap everything over to this one. Then you got these two screws, and that's going to allow you to get to everything else. I should have probably pulled these legs down first, but there we go. Come on. There it goes. One arm. Two arm. Now, if you wanted to make this easier, you could pull the screw out of the legs too. As it is right now, this whole top assembly is not coming out without doing that, so I'm going to have to pop that off as well. So we got our screws off. The bottom half just comes right off. All that just comes right out of the way. That comes off. Now you should be able to separate these two. Once you separate these two, then you can get at this little hinge right here. And we pried it up and we got it out, and there it goes. Chest plate comes right off. Now this whole assembly just pops through like that. Bam, off, done. So there you go. There goes that. We got the arms right here. Now I'm just going to remove the screws, try to save as much of these stickers as I can on the feet, and then piece them back together. There we go. Got our Skydive all together now. Set his arms in place. Can't believe how tight these shoulders still are after all these years. It's amazing. Now he's all completed. We got an excellent aerial bot Skydive all back together. Guinea Pig Workshop in the house. Guys, hope you enjoyed this little breakdown and reassembly of Skydive.
Nice.
Good job. Good job.
Hell yeah. My shoulders are tight too after all these years.
Well, what I didn't add in there, obviously limitations for time, because I, can only get three. I can actually get up to 3 minutes and 20 some odd seconds now in the clip. I'm allowed to get that much before it caps out. So the pivot in the shoulders is really good, but the ball section, that sat underneath the chest, that was super loose. So in the full video I'm going to be putting up for this, if somebody wants to see how to break them down and then fix them, and then fix that shoulder joint, the ball part where it's loose, it's super simple. The best way I found to do it is use clear nail polish. So that clear coat, the clear coat nail polish, you just put it on really lightly over top of the joint, let it dry. Usually it's dry in like anywhere from 10 minutes to maybe 30, depending on how long you want to let it sit dry. It doesn't show anything. And even if it eventually rubs off, it's not going to interfere with the joint or screw anything up in there. So I found that to be the best method for tightening some of these joints on these loose figures if you do it like that. After I got them back together, obviously, like I was saying, the joints were all super tight on there. It worked out perfectly. Everything just fell into place. The stickers in the end, I didn't show that. But the way I used to pull the stickers up, I used an X-Acto knife to get under the stickers just to lift the edges. And you just roll them back a little bit. Get to the screws, and then once you're done, you should be able to just slap the sticker back down, and mine did. So I was able to slap them down, and everything was fine,
Sweet.
man.
You should have Tommy's Auto Body Repair just for Transformers. Like, do a whole new channel with that, too.
Dr. Frankenstein of Chop Shop Transformers, dude, man.
Right?
Some of the shit that I've done in the past with some of these Transformers gets a lot worse than that. The loose balls sounds awful. What's going on? Running off for tight balls. Oh no!
Someone needs to go see a doctor.
But I thought it was very, very fortuitous. So I shot the shooting of, well, actually, I shot the repair of this guy first. Then I did the toy break shooting the fake aerial bots. And then after that, I went to see what Hasbro had on their site, and I seen, they got skydive and everything sitting in there. I said, this is perfect. Everything fits right in with stuff that I'm already doing on the toy stream. So it just made sense. That's why I decided ultimately I'm just going to show that one now. It just made more sense than to wait the next week.
That's
Spaceballs.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that now. It's a toy stream, but I have thoughts on that new Spaceballs. But
well, yeah, that was show anything.
Yeah, but yeah, I heard who's working on it. So yeah,
so the only good thing that we could talk about it tomorrow. The only good thing I did here is Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement to play Darth Helmet again. So that's the main reason why they're greenlighting it, because they were going to do it years ago, and then Mel Brooks' wife passed away, and they made a cartoon instead.
He was supposed to make his return in the Honey I Shrunk the Kids reboot, but it didn't happen.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't know, we'll see. We can talk about it tomorrow. But real quick too, the link that Soul Assassin sent me before, I took a look at a couple other customs this guy did. You got to see his Storm. Holy Nikes.
Wow.
Dude, that is incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
This guy, there's some talent right here.
Yeah, Disney's definitely not going to make one of those.
No. Dude, that thing's beautiful.
Can we get that in the movie?
You're right. Well, Shifty, you're gonna be watching a different kind of movie. One of those parody ones. Dude, that is awesome, though. Oh yeah,
incredible stuff. I got a few customs I need to finish up. It's just like finding time with all the other stuff going on, injuries and stuff like that. It's just
man,
hard to get around to some of the stuff that I had sitting on the shelf for like a year or better now. It's just things are backing up. Really got to get to it.
Get more fiber in your diet. He did a Sheena as well, or Shana, whatever her name is. That looks really good too. I don't know what head he used, or if this is like some kind of a custom off of online, because I don't recognize the face at all.
Manliness, if you do, we just ask that you clean up in the chat when you're done. That's all.
Oh boy.
Yeah, better not show him the Vampirella and the Red Sonja figures.
You're right. Pretty sweet, man. Dude, the paint jobs alone, it's like they're jaw-dropping.
Yeah.
Soul Assassin was wondering if it was a third-party head. He said, look up Syndicate Customs. He's got tons
yeah,
of good
yeah,
stuff.
it could be. I know there's a few guys like on eBay. Yeah, they got those stores where they just they print them out, they send it over, and you got to paint them up. But
Have a good night, Gap. We're getting ready to get out of here ourselves.
yeah, have a good one.
I'm not touching that one.
Not the first party or the second party, the third party. That's the after party. The Diddy party.
Oh no. All right, guys, I'm going to pass it over to everybody, and they're going to let you know what they got going on. So let's see who's going to wind up being first.
Not bad for an old timer.
Old timer.
Yeah, guys, it's me. Thank you all for joining us for this toy stream. I hope that you had some fun, maybe even learned something new. It's always fun to go back over to a lot of the old school stuff, the nostalgia stuff, man. I love dipping my toes into that. I also like doing some of the reviews on some of the newer figures, especially the ones that are being done right. I will be getting more as I'm starting to hopefully feeling a little bit better. May require surgery, but I'll be like Cup. Somebody's going to leave a part out. But thank you all for joining us. You could have spent your time anywhere. You chose to spend it here with us, and it is greatly appreciated. Remember, as long as you can, and it's not going to cost you nothing, be sure to subscribe to everybody's channels. All their channels are down in the link of my channel and Vinnie's. Subscribe to all these guys. It really does help us out a lot, especially with all the nonsense games that YouTube is always playing. So the more people that get a chance to watch our videos, and believe it or not, people look at subscription counts before they'll subscribe to some of these channels too. So that helps it as well. And that actually leads to more conversations for some of us. Maybe even for some of us who've been yanked around by YouTube long enough. Maybe eventually that would lead to monetization. Who freaking knows? It would be nice. It'd be nice to not be in the hole every week doing, or every month, every year doing these streams, which I have an absolute blast doing. If I wasn't having fun, I wouldn't keep doing them and losing money. Instead, I would just say to hell with this shit and just check out. But I enjoy doing these things. I enjoy showing all these figures off that we have so much passion for with all of you. And we love hearing your responses to a lot of them. So that's why I keep doing it. Like I said, it would be nice if it paid for itself, but who knows, maybe one day. But we got the rest of our guys here. They're going to let you know a little bit what they got going on. And we're going to start handing it over to them right now.
Hey, I'm stuck. I can't transform. Oh, thanks. I think.
Hey, it's me, Shifty. You can find me on YouTube and on the Twitter at Shiftygism down there, Shifty GISM. And hey, thanks for having me again tonight. Had a blast. Had a lot of fun, especially this week when we were talking about all the customization of all of our toys and stuff. I thought that's really cool. Maybe we can do that some more later on.
Oh, yeah.
On Friday nights. Sometimes me and Austinator have a wrestling stream. I don't know if we're going to do one tomorrow night or not because wrestling kind of sucks right now. But within the coming weeks, we're going to be doing reviews for all the Alien movies because Alien Earth is coming August 12th on FX and Hulu, and we're pretty jazzed about that. We may do a roundtable for each of the episodes after that, so stay tuned on the Austinator's channel. And on Sundays, it's a triple cast. It's Honstar's channel, the Real Review 3000 channel, which is Chris Knights, and Chaos Central. We do the weekly wrap up and Honstar's Jackbox Fun Night, where we play Jackbox games with the community. If you want to play some games, just head over there this Sunday about 8:30 or 9ish, and we'll get you in and we'll have some fun.
Nice.
Awesome. I always wish I could have, but I can't. Not with my internet. It'll never happen. Hans started asking me a few times when we were talking. He's like, dude, how come you? I can't, dude. I can't. Not with my internet. It never happened. But yeah, guys, always.
Unfortunately, Honstar he doesn't take part for reasons, but Chris holds it down for him and in the community, and we have a lot of fun. Even we try to hold the candle and carry on what Honstar started.
Yeah, I know things get in the way and everything, so unfortunately it is what it is. But yeah, it's still awesome that the guy's doing. I'd stop in when I can. Sometimes I take part in the chat. Sometimes I just watch and just see what's going on. listen to the hilarity of some of the answers and shit that they have for when they're doing some of those things, because it can get quite hysterical. Yeah. But yeah, thank you, Shifty. We're going to pass it on over now.
Fools! There's no escape!
Yo, there is no escape. Yes, tomorrow tune in. We got crazy topics over on the Friday underground stream, but we're gonna be doing 2 streams tomorrow night. So after Slashers, we're gonna be doing the first John Wick back on my stream. So we'll do a little one around 5 p.m. and then I think it's gonna be closer to 9:30, maybe 10. Yeah, we're gonna be watching John Wick later in the evening. So come tune in. I wanted to start those. We'll probably end up doing them on Fridays because those 4 movies are great. I know Slasher's been he hasn't seen them, so yeah, we're gonna be covering them. So it's gonna be a good time. But tomorrow, we're gonna talk about some crazy stuff, including what's going on possibly this weekend. There's some, for those who are unaware, stock up on some things, some much needed supplies if you need them, because there looks like there's some weird fishy stuff going on, and we're going to be covering all that tomorrow anyway, and kind of what started it, all that stuff. So
and if you can avoid it, don't go out Saturday. Yeah.
If you're in Florida, though, and you get surrounded, DeSantis said you could legally run over who you want. I mean, if you're in jeopardy, if your life's in jeopardy.
You could turn into a crazy taxi driver.
Yeah. So, we're going to hit that stuff tomorrow. And a few other things. So, tune in. Guys, girls, thank you so much. Wherever you're watching, if it's my channel, Tommy's channel, or over on Twitter. You guys are awesome. Have a good night.
Thanks, Vinnie.
Thank
and
you.
real quick, Ancient One posted a rating. He's got a target right there. It's a Trap Plays over on YouTube. Guys, if you want to be so kind to go over there and watch It's a Trap, play a game. Go ahead and let everybody know. # week raid. The week raid. I'm sorry. Guys, thank you for joining us. And we'll be back next week. Of course, as Vinnie said, stop in tomorrow. We're going to get into more hot button topics and have a little bit more fun laughing at some of these idiots, because that's what we do. And of course, we will be back next Thursday with another awesome toy stream. Hope that you all have a good one. Take care, everybody.
Peace.
You better run, Mojito.
You what? I thought you said don't move.
That was before. Now, you run. Adios, amigo.